Welcome, boys, girls, and everyone else, to Session 2 of the qualifier for this year's Saikyosen Team Battle. Nathanael is the one working behind the scenes today, and you'll be hearing from him and Jenn later on. But for Game 1 today, Corak and I are on comms.
Hello, everyone.
Something rare. It's always fun when I get to do commentary with you. So it's
Yeah,
it's
time
usually...
zones don't tend to line up, because for you, it's getting a little late when I get out, and I don't get out of work until you're about ready for bed, but on the weekends, it's a little different.
Yeah, the weekends are a magical time. But yeah, we're here for the Saikyosen Team Battle. We have 12 teams this season. Each team can be between 1 and 3 players in size. The qualifier is going to be 5 sessions long, and in each session, teams will play 6 games. We'll be casting the first 3 games of Session 2 today, and the last 3 next Thursdays. There's going to be a bit of a gap between now and the second half of this session, but we're going to be getting all those games to you. To score points to the team, the only thing that's going to matter is the final position of your player in the game. I believe you get 3 points for a first place finish, 2 points for a second, 1 for a third, and unfortunately nothing for a fourth. In-game score does matter, but only as a tiebreaker. It's going to be these table points only here that are the main decider of how people qualify.
Yeah, easy to remember, just the number of places you are above 4th is the number of points.
Exactly so. The prize for all players of the winning team is going to be entry into the Saikyosen main event. And yes, we do have Ipatsu Uradora. We don't have Board of Draws, we don't have Nagashi Mangan. Very sad. 30k starting. And we have no ties. So it's kind of what you'd expect from WRC rules in a lot of ways. Head bump is also a potentially contentious rule, but we will have to see if that ever comes up. It has before. It may do again today. We'll have to see.
It has, and head bump's a terrible rule that should never have existed.
I'm glad we're on the same page.
Well, yeah, we'll be running it. I'll be running a local tournament in a couple months, and we specifically asked for an exemption from that rule. So double and triple road will be on in the Baltimore tournament.
Very good. Yeah, this is why I run the EMA rules, because they also have double and triple run. Whenever I'm running my events. But yeah, that's amazing. But yeah, before we get into the actual game and introduce our players today, I should talk about sponsors, really. First up, we have the WSPML in Sparrow's Nest, a New York Mahjong studio full equipped with Slim Skill, Ultimate, and Direct 3 order tables. If you were here yesterday for the World Riichi League broadcast, you may have seen Sparrow's Nest in person, or at least our broadcast of it, seen those order tables in action. It's a good time. If you are in New York, go check that out. Other sponsor is WRC, the World Riichi Championship, the most prestigious international mahjong tournament in the world. Held once every 3 years, next of which will be in New York in 2028. I suppose there's something that USPML, WRC, and M League that will be happening very, very soon. I think you've still got some time left if you want to sign up for that. And that would be a US tour where we have 6 M Leaguers. And you know what? I'm counting you, Tiny. 7 M Leaguers who are going to be coming in, playing games in a tournament in Las Vegas that you can get involved with. And also, I believe, got some fan meetings and exhibition matches in New York City a little bit after that. So if you are interested in that, I think there is still time. I think they still have a bit of time to get a ticket. You'll also be seeing Jenn, Hiroshi Rioi Hirano, and I believe we had the president of JPML also coming to the US, which is a very rare thing. So that was announced yesterday. So if you are interested in Mahjong, so many celebrities all in one place. It's going to be a treat.
Yeah, lots of stuff will be going on there. I'm trying to work my schedule around to see if I get to the Vegas one. If not, I'll definitely be in New York City.
Yeah, if you can't make it to the Vegas one, join us on comms. I'm pretty sure we're broadcasting the event. So hopefully you'll be able to watch it here on the WRC channel. But otherwise, yeah, please do get involved. It is a rarity. But yeah, I guess we've talked about everything we need to go talk about before we move on to our first game. I've talked way too much, so I'm going to let you introduce our players.
All right, well, with that, let's go and jump in. Asami Ishida from Little Hair Salon in the East seat. Yoshiki Ishii from Team Real Partner in the South seat. Teika Minami from Team Trenders in the West seat. And in the North seat, Taishi Nagata from City Plus.
It's an all JPML table, so hopefully we're going to see some maybe competitive rivalry. I don't know. We'll have to see. It's going to be good
Well,
to watch.
usually in different divisions, but you'll
Yeah,
have come
true.
across them before, largely
Yeah,
because of events like this.
exactly. Yes. We do have our starting scores. Wow, we actually have a pretty good early lead from Orphew here with 14 points after 6 games. The maximum score
Well,
you
you
could
still
score
have yeah, the maximum score would be
would be
18,
18.
so they're definitely way up there at this point. 14, 3 clear of the field. Every team has played 6 games to this point. A bit of a fight here for second. You can see the different categories of people who place. Of course, the winner of the division overall will advance to the grand finals. The teams 2 to 4 into playoff round table D. And of course, 5 to 8 in playoffs table C and 9 to 12 in table A. But we're still early on in the season, so we have a long way to go. So with that, let's go ahead and jump in.
Exactly, yeah. Good luck, everybody on the table. One thing I just noticed, it took me this long to realize, but no one is out on the very first qualifier. It's all about how late in you get to go in, how many rounds you get to skip in the next round. Because I think last season we had one team, the team in 16th place, who didn't make it through. So it's going to be interesting to see.
But yeah, so
Oh,
do you play all the games? You get the bye, the double bye, or the triple bye?
yes.
Always makes things easy to get to advance immediately to the grand final. We'll take a look at this hand, and I like the Pinzu here. The one's a bit of a floater. We see a 4, 5, 6, with 5 being the door. Overall, pretty good hand. Pinfu, meaning some sort of Sanshku, maybe 3, 4, 5. This has a west pair, but not the west seat, so not too much. 79 Sanshku potential here. And we have a Haku Anko, so actually a very fast hand, even though you have the Ryanka and 4, 6, 8 so.
There's still a very off chance that maybe Nagata could consider maybe going for an outside hand. Probably not going to happen with the 2-4-6, but if the 2-4-6 ends up turning into 7-8-9, I could see it adding an extra 2 hand to the value. It's like
Well,
4,
when I
6,
see
8,
it, when I see a hand like that, I instinctively say, is there a Honitsu? And the answer there is just probably not.
yeah, no, that's also fair. Yeah.
Bunch of pairs might even go Chutoitsu. I think Chun is the normal cut. You don't want to give up on a regular hand, but you're definitely thinking at this point that maybe we end up get one more pair. I think just go for it.
Yeah, when
Three
you need
so
one
okay,
more
that
pair.
increased your shape. 3, 4, 6, 8 in Sozu. Tone will be held back for a second, throwing the Haku. Well, it's Chitoi. 4
Yep.
is definitely a Chitoi discard.
One
6,
away
we have
either
a
way.
6, 7, 8, 9. Cuts the 2 here. That's 2 Dora. Ooh, 6. Interesting. I like 9 pin.
Yeah, I think that's honestly very fair because we want to keep as many advanced shapes as good as possible.
The
And
reason the 8 comes out is just to accept another 5 pin Dora. That it allows a little more flexibility on that end. Hatsu being held. Definitely going Chitoitsu now. 2 here. Might go with a 3 so. Yeah, that's the part that doesn't really fit. You're not thrilled with these shapes, but it's very much a what's our other option? Oh, well,
that's
rewarded
what we were saying.
immediately.
Paid off. One away for a nice 2-sided weight. Well,
Possibly Peiko here with a 3, 3, 4, 4. 5. Oh, well, that's the Chitoi rule. There's your first sacrificial pair.
yeah, the curse of 7 pairs. You're always going to find it harder to get that last
Oh,
chance
speaking of
by. Oh no!
backfires.
I still think
I
it's
have
fine
a
though,
3,
especially considering the Dora is still there. I want to make
3,
sure
4,
we can
5,
use it.
6, but you have a 1, 2 in the pawns. It's not ideal.
Yeah, it allows all inside the way we're taking here, but it's not as fast as everyone else.
Well, that completes a shave. Could go 9, 8. I think you go with the 8 first. You just don't want it sitting around in this hand. But instead goes with the 9. 2. Oh, no.
Sometimes the wall is cruel.
Sometimes the wall is not cruel. I always treat it as cruel as the default.
Yes. Fair. Okay, so
Oh,
interesting. We're
third
giving the
Dora, monster hand building. Well, I think 1-mon's definitely the most efficient cut here, but instead goes to the 9, wants the 5, 8 to potentially accept another Dora.
we
Fourth
do
pair
see.
here.
So we see through the 8s of dots out there, so the chance of the pure sequence upgrade isn't that high.
Well,
Well,
that
speaking
is
of,
not Tempai.
it's a very nice one away though. Ideally, we
Super
pair something
wide.
else. We can use all 3 of those Dora, but it's pinned if we end up having to cut the Dora.
Yeah, Reach Pin Foodora 2 is perfectly fine. I think it's just 6 mon. Could go 3
Yes.
pin. Oh, goes to the 6 there, seeing your 3, 4, 5 Sanjiku as more viable. Nope. 5, well,
That
that's
is
one of
going to
them.
be our
Should
Tenpai.
probably just be the 5-pin Riichi. Out goes the door. Riichi pin Fudora 2.
More than happy to see that in East 1.
Meanwhile, Dora says, well, okay, I guess I don't have to drop myself then. Calls in, it is also Tenpai.
It's a very hard hand to fold, this one. But yeah, from my count, 4 tiles left on the 4-7 of character weight here.
And the 5 deals in. Haku, Dora 1.
Sometimes it's not necessarily about the value you win, it's about the value you shut down from the other players.
Well, at the
Minami managed
same
to win that hand,
time,
it would have
getting the
been
extra
very...
1,000, getting an extra 1,000 from the Riichi stick makes it not a particularly cheap hand. 3,000, I'd take that most of the time.
Absolutely, especially in a format without any red 5s. But yes, the hidden Dora 2 did not get to win.
Is always the issue, but it was the widest shape, so you generally just have to take it.
Oh, of course.
Just a bit unfortunate. Well, nice little Sozu shape, 4, 5, 7, 9. Overall, decent, but yeah, I like the 9 going out with the 6 already in hand. Speaking of Chanta type hands, this is a 5-pin, so maybe it'll held back a little bit. This is a Pinfu hand, very slow one, Kanchan's everywhere. Shaw goes back. 5-pin pair up, also has a Dora here. 6, there is an Itsu, but it's a long way off. Just goes to the east.
Maybe a very... Sorry.
Like I say, there is a 6, 7, 8 Sanjiku, but it's very hard to get to.
It's tough, yeah.
1, 2, 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, 5 mon, 6 mon pair up. Third pair, maybe even Tanya if you got the 9, 9. Tone goes back. 2, 1, 2, 2, 4, 5, cuts the 1, use the 2 as the pair, planning on Tanya. Chun pair up, well, that's pair number 4.
And we do have the Dora, which could theoretically change this entire hand. If I pair up the Dora, I'm happy to go for 7 pairs at that point.
Yeah, if you pair up the Dora, you just go for it. At the same time, I'm not locking in 7 pairs at that point. I'm thinking, is there toy?
That's also very true, yeah, exactly.
4, 5, 6 fits in very nicely there. Still cutting those honors 3. So, okay, well, there goes that plan.
Yeah, still 2 away, but nothing wrong with that. Especially we can call the dragon.
Well, this point likely is, but speaking of calling dragons, we have a Hatsu pair up here. 4, okay, we're now Ishanten. Well, do you just cut it and go Itsu here? Cuts the loose 3. This, I believe, is the widest acceptance, but it's just awkward shapes. Well, there's your 7, 8, 9. This is also Ishanten. Another Dora drawn.
Yeah, that's not going to be helpful, unfortunately.
9 mon. Doesn't do anything. Yeah, if you're going to hold the Haku, just hold the Haku. Don't get yourself in trouble. Kind of surprised the 2 hasn't come out. It's just a very less than ideal tile. 8, so...
I do like the perfect way from Ishida, especially with the ability to call the Red Dragon if it were... No, it doesn't. So wait, is it Red Dragon? Oh no, in that case it's gone. Hang on.
Yeah, well, there's your, I can say, there's your Red Dragon, but 1 was discarded, and it's not useful to anyone except for this. And says, okay, well, if you're not going to give it to me, I'll use it as my pair then. Riichi, Dora 2, 1 pin, 4 pin. This is a dealer Riichi with Ishii out in front. Going to see a call likely to break Patsu. I don't see this as a hand that's really trying to challenge, especially cutting the 6 mon. That is purely an Ipatsu break.
Like, there is a world where maybe you get the hand to Tenpai, but you're not going to have a Yaku. It's just, yeah, you're mostly just fighting for survival at this point.
Interesting. Does not want to throw the once cut Chun. Instead, just hard folding with the 9.
By my count, it's a 5 tile weight on this 1 4-pin weight.
Oh, all those Sozu. Now I'm kind of sad it might have gone for Chinitsu. Haku pair up at one of those out, so unlikely to be used. Well, you can go Hatsu here. No, just hard folding. Not even going to consider it. Sumo, reach Sumo Dora 2. Ishii with the Mongon.
Didn't get the flip, but that is more than good enough. Our first relatively big hand. Obviously nothing wrong with 3,000 points, but
And of course, we're playing with Kyriage Mangan, so even though it is the 430 sumo, it's not 39 all, it's 4,000 all, rounding up, making it easier to do the math.
Just means that tateniu 0.6 is a little bit faster. We can get to the next hand a little bit faster.
6 mon is the Dora indicator. Maybe some sort of 1, 2, 3 Sanshiku, but it's going to depend on the last couple tiles.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3.
Mediocre hand. It's not
maybe,
good, but it's not terrible.
Maybe 7, 8, 9 Sanshoku as well. Again, but the fact that we're going for this is usually a sign that the hand's not as good as we'd like it to be.
Wow. Hey, Anko could even go Honitsu and Sozu. When you go Honitsu in the offsuit of Dora, you need some sort of value a lot of the time. I say a lot of the time because I'll go for it with anything.
Yeah.
East pair up. Okay, value found. 4, 6. 2, 4, 6 rather, with the Dora 6. 1 pin pair up. Could just be Junchan just going for it, cutting
the
this
plan, yeah.
preemptively. Shaw, good floater, continues cutting the offsuit tiles. Now it says honors and Sozu. Hatsu goes back. 9 pin. Ooh, interesting. How much do you want the Sanshiku in this hand?
I think I'm happy to cut the 2 pin here.
I'd go the 2 as well.
Because you're sort of hedging on maybe you triple up the 9, maybe you triple up the 1. The 1 pin is, of course, gone. We see that now. But
well, we're going to hold the Dora back here, because if it pairs up, you don't have to have the Honitsu. It's the same value. Not to mention when you cut Dora, everyone goes, hey, wait a second.
Yes, it's definitely a red flag.
Oh, backfire.
Unfortunately, the 1 backfire.
It was the 1, 2, 3. Well, I'm going to actually hold the 6, 8 here for Dora acceptance. 5, so Anko. Could just go
Very
Haku
nice.
here. Could go 7 pin. 8, okay. So maybe playing this at 5, 5, 5, 6, and the 8 is an extra tile. 2, so one of those filled. 5 pin doesn't do anything.
By cutting the 9 pin pair. At least a little bit stronger of a commit anyway.
Out goes the Haku. 4, so another pair that just doesn't fit. This is just a messy hand. I mean, my instinct when I see this is just cut the 8, 9, or alternatively Saki Giri with the 4 pin, but yeah, it does cut the 8, 9. Or you see it's she.
You get all the inside, maybe get 7 pairs if you're lucky, but probably not at this point. Don't want to hard commit to a hand at the end of row 1 when you're still 3 away, but
South. Ugh. This hand just gets worse and worse with every draw. I'm not even going to consider it. That's one where I might have held it Jack just because I want more safe tails, because I don't believe in the hand, especially when someone's opening on a terminal like that. Oh, the 9, the big tile. That's the Sanshiku confirmed. Junchan Sanshiku on the 7. Oh, speaking of 7s, drawn perfectly in there. Now he's Shunten.
So I don't be seeing. I'm going to be paying a bit more attention now just to make sure.
2 pin goes back. Gonna hold this 2 so back. Not really trusting it. Oh, well, maybe a Chutoi.
Okay, now we're 1 away. So maybe we believe. Yeah, I think that's the only 7 of characters we see, so there's still 3 left in the wall to be drawn.
9 pin goes back, does nothing here. 6, okay, that helps. The problem is this hand just has a bunch of leftover tiles. They don't really. Oh, there's the deal in tile, but it connects to the 5, so it's not likely to come out. I imagine you just go 4 pin. You could even go 4 so or 6 so. There are actually a lot of options here. If you want the Chutoi, it's probably 3 pin.
Yeah, I think that's fair. You see 3 off the
You see 2 of them out already, but at the same time, it's a very good safe tile.
Yeah,
and it does kind of destroy your hand. You could also cut the 5 Mondora indicator because you figure the hand doesn't need it, but yeah, it just goes with a 4. Could have played as a regular hand. 1-1 is not it. Back it goes. Still is Shunten. Hatsu. Goes the Chun, just swaps it out. 3. Well, okay.
The green's once cut, so it is maybe arguably safe-ish, but it's still not guaranteed. Nowhere near the level of safety of the green.
That's kind of everything's bad. Plus, when you see a terminal call like that, there's always a wait, what on earth are they doing situation.
Yeah.
Goes to the 2, says I want the Dora, and if I call down for the Tanyo sign, there's our 7 pair up.
Only one left.
And that's not leaving the hand anytime soon.
Absolutely not, no.
Still, Ishunten here needs 5 Mon door indicator and 7 so. Part of this is the terminal call. You're kind of wondering, what on earth are they waiting on? Because it's usually not the Junchan.
Yes. And that's why we're being very suspicious of all of our honor tiles.
Now, this is one of the advantages of opening fairly recklessly like this, is everyone else is stuck. You're kind of squeezing them. If they're reading Junchan, there aren't that many safe tiles you have.
Yeah, exactly.
Because those 1, 2s, and 3s are all of a sudden bad, and 7s, 8s, and 9s are bad. And if it's not, you're going to block the honors like this.
Yeah, I think I was talking to Jenn about this earlier. Like, she was saying about players who could read other people, almost like an open book. And I'm like, yeah, that's fine. I'll play like an open book, and I'll just cause problems. And that's what we're seeing right here.
That is exactly how I play as well. I don't care if you know what I'm doing. I genuinely don't care. Ooh, back to the
backfire, but we were never going to cut the Dora.
Yeah, so. Never cutting the Tone or the Hatsu. It's just decided to fold at this point. Of course, we know the Tone would now deal in.
Yes.
For Suji, also do not trust Suji on Junchan hands. Something I have seen people attempt before. It ends usually very badly for them.
Yes. Don't do it on Junchan hands. Don't do it on flushes either. Just in general. It's no.
Or Chitoitsu. Yeah, no.
Or 7 pairs.
Not or even Toy. Like, unless it's a regular Pinfu hand, just raw efficiency hand, Suji is much less useful.
Exactly. There's our last 7.
Oh,
and it is going to be used. So it's now a question about who else can get to Tenpai at the end of this hand.
Well, in theory, you could even pair up the 9 Mon, but you probably wouldn't switch the weight in that case. Just because the 1 pin, the other side is dead. Oh, another 6. Door. Oh, well, there's your cheat toy.
That's it.
I think you just cut the 5 in Dama. You could Riichi here. But you have to figure one of those 8s is locked in the hand. You definitely can't throw the 8.
Yeah, exactly. We can only see what 2 of 6s is discarded right now. We can see 0 5s discarded.
I think she's also trying to consider whether to fold, and folds out.
Yeah. Neither the 5 nor the 8 look safe in that situation, unfortunately. Or at least not to me. Maybe the other players can see more than I can. It's very true.
I'm seeing so many Dora, I just generally don't care. Oh, well, there's the Tenpai. Get the Tanya as well. Now Tanya Chituitsu on the 8 Mon.
I don't think it's going to be played, but with 3 players Tenpai, it's going to be huge points to at least hold on till the very end.
Well, it's going to be Tenpai payments and nothing else. So I believe that's 3 players Tenpai.
Absolutely. 1,000 for each, minus 3,000 for a 1 player who didn't quite make it.
That's always the problem points. Is when other people are kind of poking and prodding and sneaking in for Tenpai, and you're just folding, you're going, oh, please deal in. Just someone deal in to someone else. I don't even mind a sumo. I really don't want to pay that 3,000.
Yeah, honestly, a very relatable position. Because honestly, yeah, relative to everyone else, it's 4,000 points, which is more than the value of the first hand of this game. So,
all right. Well, this looks like a Pinfu type hand. Although it has so many honors, it just gets worse and worse with every draw. I hate those hands where it's good and then it just stops and every draw gets worse. The ones where it's garbage and becomes maybe workable later, those are fine emotionally.
Yeah, I worked hard to get this terrible Tenpai. I'm going to take it. And maybe on the first person there, if I can judge everyone else's discards well enough.
And here, even holding all these Yakuai, hoping something pairs up because the rest of the hand is just such garbage. Speaking of pair-ups, I have a Hatsu pair here. Not too much value, though.
Yeah, speaking of the outside hand, Minami potentially going for the outside hand here as well. Got that 2-4. Okay, just drew 6, 7, 8. Probably going to give up on that dream, but there's still a chance of the upgrade to Sanchoku 7, 8, 9.
Could go 3 pin, yeah. I think you just play 6 block and don't worry about it just yet.
Exactly, yeah.
8-pin Dora floater.
Oh, very nice.
And
fill
well,
in
I
here.
say there's a Pinfu hand, but the north is the seat win for Ishida.
It's a fake Pinfu. We can pretend.
I
Ooh,
mean, there's
nice
nothing that
fill in.
stops you from cutting Pei later if your shapes upgrade.
Exactly. I also love the way that we kept that shape there because it now means we can use the 9 of bamboo again.
3,
With
4,
this
6, 8
nice
in Suzu.
three-sided
Well,
weight.
there's our pair up. This is Ishan 10. No, wait, that's Riichi. Yeah,
That's
that's just
Tenpai.
Tenpai, 3-sided.
Didn't get the Sanshoku, but 369 is not a bad weight, especially because the 9 was recently played.
Missed on basically all the value. No Dora acceptance, but super wide weight. Your hope is the Apatsu. It gets close with the Forza, but it's 369.
Yeah, not quite.
Now it does go that Pei as expected earlier. 7. Oh, another close one. But this feels like he's going to win. It's a matter of time.
Yeah, by my count, it's a 7 tile weight. Surely you end up seeing at least one of them in the next 5 or 6 turns. But not yet.
4-pin, isn't it? So okay, well, this hand is good enough to fight. It's actually a Kutsuki. Pair confirmed double floater. That's good enough to fight.
We are seeing Ishii fold, though, even after pairing up.
Haku, though, does not connect to anything.
That's one of our 9s. It will deal in.
Says, well, maybe, but not just yet. Hatsu is a safe tile. We'll just continue hard folding. South is not the winning tile. 3-pin does not connect. Needs to connect to the 4-mon or the 8-pin.
The 9 does eventually come out.
And there it is. Reach Pinfu, Ura.
Even for
So
Ura.
the Ura is your extra value there. Minami will gladly take 3,900 there, plus the home but 2 and the Riichi stick. So actually a decent sized win.
Yep, exactly so. And sometimes when you get to, okay, it's only these two, but we've been here for a few repeats at this point. You want to just try and, even if it's just to get your morale back up, have a
It
win.
always feels good getting out of Yakitori.
Yes. But also second place. So let's see how she does with her dealership.
Well, I think we had a game last week in a different event where we were in South 1-4 and 3 people were still Yakitori. That I do not wish on anyone.
No, that's the most miserable game of Mahjong I think possibly ever existed. Did the other person win a lot, or was it just sort of everyone was folding and playing very, very defensively to each other?
Both. That's how it
Okay.
usually is. One person getting clearly better hands, but other people really weren't challenging that much.
Sometimes you just don't have the tiles. It's just not worth the
It
risk.
is. It's a frustrating game at times. All
Yeah.
right, 3-so pair up. Ashley moves his hand very much forward because that was the weakest tile in the hand. 6-0, they have possibly Peiko at 6, 6, 7, 8, 8. 3 will be held. 6, okay, that completes your 4, 5, 6, and 8, 8, 9 as well in Pidzu. Pei is drawn. Not going to do anything here, but going to hold it anyway. Likes the rest of the shapes.
And
3 goes
likes
back.
for
So
us.
there's your backfire. Cuts the 2 from the 1, 2. Draws the 3. That's how it works. Just every time when I play. I assume it does for other people as well.
When it's 50-50, you lose. That's just how it works, right?
Well, no, it's there's a rule on this. It's mathematically proven. It's tails, I lose. Heads, you win.
That's how that works. Yeah, that makes sense.
The
Ooh, a second
Shanten,
Dora
and now you
here.
can even potentially just call the Dora or even the 3-so, cutting the 9.
Absolutely.
Hatsu pair
Dragon
up.
Prep,
That
very
is, he
nice
thinks
to
about it for a
see,
second,
but
says, I don't want it, throws it back. There's one
even once
Hatsu
cut around.
out.
It was twice. Yeah, once cut, but
5, that doesn't actually help, but it says, okay, fine. Goodbye, Dora. We're taking the perfect Shanten. We're not taking the flexible calling option. A bit of a sucky Giri there. So this is a 1, 3, 3, 5, 5, 6, 7, and cuts the other Hatsu. I don't really like it. I think I know what the 2-mon. I just don't buy that hand ever finishing in time.
Fortunately, yeah.
6-pin goes back. 5
Another
pair up.
pair up. We still have that awkward pinsy shape.
Yeah. Like 2-mon's the normal cut, but 1 pin's the greedier cut.
Hmm.
Goes to the normal cut. It is Ishan 10, so it's hard to turn it down.
Yeah,
And
1 pin
that's
is
Senpai, Reach,
relatively.
Pinfu, Dora 1, 3-mon, 6-mon. And you shouldn't be surprised if someone just randomly reaches, especially with that pond on turn 9. You have to
Exactly.
figure it's coming at that point.
Nagata also manages to get to Tenpai. Has not chosen to reach. Is waiting on the 7 of Bambi for 7 pairs. Hoping to draw in a win without having to play anything dangerous. But also very much keeping the option of folding when you have this reach on table.
Well, that's the thing about Chitoitsu. It doesn't matter. Just Sumo Reach, about Sumo, Pinfu, Dora, Ura, Hanemon. So Minami going to jump out into first place. Huge win there, over 45,000 now.
Sometimes it's to say, sometimes it takes one game, one win, just to get your morale back up, and then you can go, okay, now I've got that, I can win hands, let's go for a Hanuman. Obviously, you can't predict the error, but still.
And of course, that's just one hand. You get the repeat. So this is when you really see if you can take the advantage of the table. But as we talked about earlier, running the score up just makes things a little bit easier. It's not like the raw score matters a whole lot.
Yes. We do still have an entire South round left to go, though. So
Of course, North pair and East pair. You want to go Honitsu, but I just don't really see it. Maybe the Pinzu come.
yeah,
Now, that's an
especially with
awkward
the
shape. 1156667. Especially with those ones so out. May just end up being tiny. I want to go Honitsu now.
Yep, and that's what we're going to be seeing at least for a little bit.
6
Unless
pin.
we draw something like that 6 pin, as they say.
Pay will be held back. Swaps out the Hatsu. 2
It's a
mon.
third.
Well, going to hold the 7 Dora indicator, just figuring if there's Dora, maybe that's the only way you don't go Honitsu. Ooh, interesting shape. I kind of like 1 so. Yeah, there you go. It's Tanya. Why? Because it's always Tanya. All hands are Tanya until proven otherwise.
And yeah,
Not even
absolutely.
gonna consider it. Back goes the 5.
Yeah, definitely like
Yeah.
keeping. I definitely do like keeping the shape around the Dora, of course, because as you say, Dora 1, Dora 2's. Dora's 1's almost as good as an open half flush.
Pay
Dora 2
goes
is
back.
exactly as good. So we're thinking,
Well,
up.
gonna
We are
see
going to
a
pull this through.
call here.
Going for the half flush as well for Nagata. Which means Pinzu are going to be very expensive this hand.
They said wanted to go Chanto with this, but that is not the tile for it. 8 mon, okay. I mentioned this is 7, so it could Seki gear the 7 pin here. But yeah, it continues with the 7 so. Well,
Yeah,
there's
the
your
game plan was
4
taken through.
5. Ooh, going to throw
Speaking
it
of,
back. That surprises me a bit. I realize that it's Yakuhai needing the tone still to actually have a Yaku, but I'm surprised that was thrown back.
which player is this? This is Minami. Yeah, I guess she's got such a massive lead right now that she does decide to fold. She's not married to the hand, right? She's not going to have to push it necessarily.
No.
So either
You don't
go
want to
for a
overextend
huge
yourself.
win, or I don't know. Maybe that's the logic. But either way, yeah, I think you're onto something there.
There's the
Either way,
8.
going to be
First
calling that
call.
through.
This is now Ishan 10, I believe.
Yes, still one away with 3 pairs. One of them is the White Drag, which is what played once already. So it's going to be pretty a little bit tricky to find that from someone else.
There's your 3, 4, 5, and definitely going towards the Tanya. We'll still be able to accept the 8 pin Dora, though. Then it wouldn't be Tanya. Oh,
Now we have
well,
4
that's a
pairs.
draw. Do we just go Haku Haku?
I could definitely see that.
I
Go for full
would.
flush instead.
Aw.
Yeah,
Am I
definitely adds a lot of value
suggesting or
to that.
advocating being recklessly greedy? Why, yes. Yes, I am.
We did just see one of the 2 remaining White Dragons get drawn by Ishida, though. Could definitely see it come out. Can't see it come out now.
Now, there is a Riichi. Mildly surprised it wasn't called for Tempai, but this is one where Minami just says, I'm in first. I don't want to cause myself any trouble. So,
That's true.
at
We've
the
also set
same
ourselves up for a
time,
3-sided weight
I,
later
I,
on
I
as well.
feel the decision was made last turn. If you're not going Haku Haku, you just pass the 2 because you see that Riichi, then you just have to call for Chinitsu Tempai. You don't really have a
Yes.
choice at that point.
Yeah, exactly. No, he should just be completely out of this hand from this point
Out
onwards.
goes the 9. Again, it is 8-9 for Riichi Nomi.
9% safe here as well.
Denpai waiting on Chun. This is now told.
Yeah, the half flush, the Ton, the Dora. And actually, is the Red Dragon still live? I think there's still 3 out there, right?
I'm not seeing one out.
It's the kind of hand that you expect to have very few tiles remaining, but not the case this
Well,
time around.
people should be assuming that the Honitsu hand, or what was a Honitsu hand, probably has one of them.
Yes. And so we're not going to be seeing it coming out from here under any circumstances. Same thing with the White Dragon as well. 2 remain. But there's the South.
Con! That is not a win. That is a con.
2 miles on Eudora, and that is not a win.
Oh, it was the 6. I was just ready to pop off because I thought it was the 9, but the 9
That would have been exciting, yeah, but no, sadly.
There's the other Chun.
Okay. 1 left.
This is Ishunten now, if you want to fight, but says, nope, I'm done.
Yeah. If we were to push that hand, we would deal on the
Or a
9.
Tonki. And now we're to see the Chun pop out, because it did get cleared. And that Dora, this is Mongon level, of course, because it'd be Ton Dora 2, but you have that Ankon. Wait, no, this is a different hand. This would not be quite as much. It would still be 5,200, though.
Certainly nothing to complain too much about. But we are relying on getting that 8 of dots. There's only 2 left, I believe. Which means there's still a chance.
We've also seen the 6 come out by the conned hands. The 9 is Suji, but disciplined play doesn't throw the 9. Fremon goes back, keeps the Tempai. Their Shun goes out as expected.
So yeah, I think it's 2 versus 1 right now with the 2 temples on the table. There's 1 9 of bamboo out there somewhere. But there's the
Doritonki! Oh, there's Honitsu. I missed that. Yeah, Mongon already.
Yes.
Honitsu, Ton, Dora 2. Oh, I must have missed a Yaku in there. Was that the North seat?
I think it was.
Had to have been. Something weird's going on. Nagata should have been the South seat because it just switched.
Okay.
So something was wrong. Either the graphics were wrong or they scored it wrong.
If that is the case, we'll see an adjustment very soon, I'm sure. As it is
double checked. Could it have been Haite? I don't think so.
Maybe
I think there were a few draws left.
Yeah, we had at least a bit of time.
All right. Well, we'll figure that out later.
We missed a Dora. Okay.
There's a third Chi with the Dora. Again, it's off on the side. We can't see it. That's the problem.
Yeah, it was 6 of an 8. Of course it was. Yes. Thank you for correcting me.
Thanks, Chet.
We don't talk enough about the importance of drawing good tiles in Mahjong. True. It is very important to draw the correct tile.
Hitting the correct Tonki will make your life a lot easier, especially when it's Dora like that. Chun pair can maybe potentially call and go, but just throwing the 8 back for now. Has that 5-pin floating Dora. Speaking of 5-pin Dora, pair up here can call the east and will be Tempai.
It's a tough decision. We have 4 pairs in the hand already. I don't want to be forcing the 7 pairs, but you've got to keep the option open when you've got 4 pairs this early on.
Well, there's your 5-6. Now I think you just have to get regular hand, just pulling the Chun.
Absolutely.
Well, there's a 1-3-5 in the Sozu.
Okay.
Anko of the 8s. I just want to go south. Yeah, no reason to hold on to it any longer.
Now we've got the triplet.
So, yeah, back that goes. Now it's a 3-5 with a 1-1 as well. One so pair. Now this is interesting because this would be a really disgusting shampoo to be waiting on at the final time, but it is more acceptance to throw the 1 back now.
That's true, yeah. As fun as it would be to be on East 1, we'll see. Yeah, probably won't be a backfire, all things considered.
It is more likely to backfire than not, but it is something you should be considering on that discard.
Yeah.
9-pin pair up.
Huh?
Not too much value in there. Oh, 4 fits in nicely. Goes with the Hatu. Could also go with the Tuso.
Very slim chance for
Kumon
the
goes back.
sequence as well.
Shaw, worthless. On the safe tile? Not yet.
Yeah,
8
this is
pin.
Ishida. She
Okay,
needs to
6,
score
7, 8,
points.
8, 9, 9. 3-mon pair up. Just go Tuso, I feel.
Yeah,
Yep,
we've
that is
already.
play. It's the disconnected tile, and generally, just cutting the disconnected tile is usually correct. This is Chitoi Shanten.
Sounds like that I don't want to be Cheeto, and I've got that concealed triplet. I'm like, I've got to find a way to use this, right? I mean, obviously, if you get a Cheeto tempo, you take it, obviously, but
Well, you not only take it, you look up in the air and sigh and do whatever else, and then take it. At least you're not supposed to do that, but everyone's doing it internally.
yes, the tile you need to discard to reach feels all really heavy all of a sudden. I don't quite know how that happened.
Yes. Goes the 1, so there's a Tanya shift later if the East is locked.
I guess we've also got the half flush route, or perhaps even a full flush.
Oh, there's an
For
Anko
Ishida
of
as
the
well.
9s. Very wide Ishanten. Well, that's a tile.
Yeah, I mentioned 3 for 5 mixed for sequence, but now we
I
have
just throw a bet.
that
Yeah,
3.
I just don't think the 3's useful because the 2's furry tit anyway, so
Yeah,
there
it's
just
just not
aren't that
anymore.
many
You're right.
upgrades.
I guess you 1 pin. Is that too greedy? I think it's a bit greedy.
I think it's too late this late,
Yeah,
but
she's thinking about it though.
no, he's definitely thinking about it. And there he
There we go.
goes.
We'll see if it pays off. Risky, but potentially
Isaac
very
7,
rewarding.
now Ishunten can call this down with the tune. 4, that is Tempai. Shumpon Ton 5-pin.
Probably the 2 tiles people are least likely to
Dama.
discard. Which is why we're going
Stays
to not
Dama
reach.
here. You figure the East can't come out if you Riichi, but at the same time,
Yeah, the 5's never
do
come out
we
for any long
care?
period.
You're right. The 5's never coming out. And if Tolan isn't likely to come out, I kind of like just taking the Riichi because we get extra value from the Sumo anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe get the air flip. Maybe, if nothing else, you're driving people away to give you more chances.
Right, because your weight's terrible and you're going to have to draw it yourself.
But
Oh,
that's
well,
the East.
no,
It comes
okay, they
out.
just throw it. That's why you take the Dama there, is in case someone does actually throw it.
I think that's when you start playing the players rather than the table itself. And Nagata clearly knew.
Yeah, and that's
Like
double
a nice
tone
tiny
Dora
sum.
too. That's why the Dama happened. I feel if it's one on, you definitely go ahead and throw the stick in. With the double East Dora 2, though, see if someone's greedy and catch their hands in the proverbial cookie jar.
That's
And
also very
Ishii
true, yeah.
does get caught.
As a general rule of thumb, if you've already got Mangan, sometimes it's less likely to reach. That's usually when all of your weights win, and not just some of them. But I guess in that situation, if we just assume the 5's never coming out, all your
Yeah,
weights
it's
win, I guess.
so bad weight. Mongon is supposed to Dama most of the time, in part because you have shape upgrades which don't apply there, and sometimes just because you don't want to put the stick out. The
Yes.
minus 1,000 can change the EV calculations.
Yeah, exactly.
7, 8. Nice little Pinfu hand there. Haku pair up. Could potentially call and go. 3 connects with a 2. Cuts the extra 8 here. Not ideal in the Monzu, though.
Yeah, Ishida's got the pair of the Dora, though, so I honestly don't expect. I expect just the hand to go speed over value, over like any value consideration, something like that. So maybe we're
5
seeing those
fits
Monster
in
get cut.
nicely here. Haku, we'll see if it gets called. Given the pause, yes, it was. So, which block do you want to cut? Goes the 7, 8.
Nagata doesn't necessarily need value, but is dealer. Probably just wants to continue it to go for another
Ryumon
repeat.
pair up. Chitoi Shunten. One so it's a bad tile, but you're kind of wondering what the Haku hand is doing.
Yeah.
Dora
Another
draw.
Dora
Well,
draw.
that is one of the hands that Dora does not help. And that's just Chitoi.
Okay.
Well, Dama here
Stand by.
waiting on Formon.
Gonna be hoping to find a better way at the later date. The hand, those discards do not look like Cheeto, so if we do find a very good way for it, I could definitely see someone potentially falling for a trap here.
Hatu
Although
would be
not take it.
4-10, otherwise
Oh, yeah,
that
true.
would have been a
Yeah,
very good choice.
exactly. Yeah.
3. Well, okay. Now you have to make a decision. Is it 4-5, or do we just cut the Dora now? So, okay, we're cutting the Dora now. Oh, no.
Let me see
That
it
would
by
be
one.
2 Anko. It'd be Suanko Ishan. But instead, Chitoi Tempai. 4. Nope, doesn't help.
Not it.
5 pin. Can slide this down with the 8 pin. But no, gotta cut the penchun here. Wants the Pinzu acceptance.
Only back 5 draw 7, and we've already seen one of them discarded. So what are the odds? We've seen 2 of them discarded. So what are the odds of you drawing one of the remaining 2? Right? I say, knocking on
Has
wood.
never
I know I'll
happened in the
curse it.
history of Mahjong. Nope.
I know I'll curse it if I've said that, but you know.
There's the 4, there's the win, there's the Chitoi. And I feel that is just one. There are 2 genuinely sad scores to win. One
Yeah.
is the sumo, Menzen Sumo Pinfu, where like,
That is
why
so
didn't I
sad.
just reach you this? And this is the other one, the Dama Chitoi 2 Han 25, 1,600.
Yeah, 225 is. I mean, it's nice. Obviously,
I mean, it's
get
better than
Ishii
nothing, but
something,
barely.
but yeah, with Reach it becomes better. With Ura 2 it becomes so much better. And we have another potential cheater. This is
We have
just
it.
Cheeto
Well,
the
no,
game.
it's not even. That has 2 Dora, so might even
That's
just
true.
pull the tune if it ever comes out, and then worry
Yes.
about everything else later.
I had to assume it's not going to come out, but absolutely, if the chance comes, you take it. Or if you draw
Unless
it
you are
yourself.
already Tempai. Well, the other part of this is you don't even have to go Honitsu now.
Yeah, exactly.
Your value's right there. Haku pair up. We might see the Haku pop out. We'll see if it gets called. It does go out. Does get called. The hand is fast, but cheap. Which, if someone has a Dora pair, that's what you want. You want the fast and cheap hand to shut it down if you're not the one that has the goods.
Exactly. Yeah, this is Ishii as well. She's still got a leadership left, but more importantly, I think she just wants to get any win that she can do to pull close to someone else on this table.
Well, Ishida needs to win here because after this, you look at the gap, you're basically playing for third. Ishii wants to end Ishida's dealer turn for the exact same reason.
Exactly. Yeah. Ooh, another pair.
Well, okay, we're Chitoi Ishan 10 now, so
Okay, didn't
okay.
expect this hand to actually go Cheetoi, but
Well, you just keep drawing pairs. I guess you get there.
yeah, when
This
it
is
happens, it happens.
Ishunten. Which Kanchan do you want? You have 3 to choose from.
No, I like that. I think you do have that overlap on the bamboo shape, which has been unfortunate, but
9
nothing wrong
pin
with
is 1 out, so
guaranteeing
not a
at
great
least.
Chitoi tile. 5
It has to be a
Tempai,
first
waiting
Tempai.
3, 6, so just to try and shut this down. 3 Mon goes out again. 6. The pair is not ideal. Could go 1 pin, but just going to throw it back. 5 doesn't really do much here.
Unless we are going to commit to the flush side.
I
I could
don't
definitely
like
see the
it.
one so for
Yeah,
now.
one so's kind of hedging everything,
Yeah,
especially with one of those already out.
exactly. Yeah.
If it were live, I don't like the play, but as is,
Yes.
it's fine.
If the very next draw happens to help us along the path of the flush, maybe.
Pair up, Ishan 10, 7
Oh,
Onko. Now you can think about it.
yeah.
Putting
Decisions to be
Non
made.
or 1 Mon.
I still like the hedge here. Yeah, exactly. Keeping both options open.
Ishan 10 still. Just getting rid of the 5, taking a safer tile.
Swappy doppy on the 1 pin. But otherwise the hand has not changed for 2 draws.
Well, this is wondering, wait, why is East still alive? That doesn't make sense. We are in South Round, though, so I wouldn't care that much. I think that's it. Is it, wait, oh, we're in South Round. Yeah, I could cut this fine.
Yeah.
That's one where everyone who's played this game has run into many times. Oh, wait, we're in South Round. This is completely safe. Out it goes. Not completely safe, but reasonably safe. 7 so. Doesn't do much here. A little concerned about the open hand, but go ahead and take the wider Chitoitsu.
Never feels good to do Cheeto when you've got Dora too, especially when that Dora is a dragon. But
Speaking of Dora Dragons, it's drawn here, and you can see the long pause of that is not what I wanted to have happen.
yeah, it's not coming out. No way. This far into the hand, especially
It
from the player
can
in first
if you're
place, not second
Tempai
place.
with a good weight and maybe some value, but that hand isn't.
Yes, I think if Minami was close to the bottom of the pack here, maybe I could see it as
Yeah,
a.
you can get
I'm already
very
behind.
greedy, but if you're way behind, then your goal is to make the value, and you probably want to hold it just for that.
That too, exactly. Yeah, that's just very good. Very fun.
South pair up,
Okay,
that's
that's our
Tempai.
Chitoi Tenpai waiting on
Gonna
the
go ahead
7
and
on Bamboo.
Riichi Chitoitsu, Dora 2, waiting 7, so. Oh, doesn't matter,
But
donates the
there's the win.
stick. And that's gonna end it here with Haku Nomi.
Thank you for the 3,000 points. I will take those. Put it in my little my points drawer or pocket or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, 300, 500, and of course the stick being 100 less than the value of the hand. Ishii also very glad to shut down Ishida's dealership here. And we are now into South 2. Ishii is in a very distant third place. Big gap to first and second, big gap to fourth.
Also, I do want to relate to Tezu. Winning Chitoi while folding it in the third row is the best feeling. Actually, I agree with you on that. If you're folding and you happen to win Chitoi, you're like, oh, that's great. It's when you're attacking and you win Chitoi, but you're like, oh, I'll wait for a better weight, and then you miss it. You draw the tile. You actually that's what it feels kind of bad when you're being aggressive and you only manage to get two hand at 25. But when you're folding and you manage to fold your way into a Chitoi Tenpai and just manage to snipe the win from someone else, yeah, that's
Especially if
pretty
there's a
good.
Riichi stick out there. Well, then again, that's just not,
Exactly.
not the cheat toy that's worth a lot. It's, hey, I got a stick out of it. So the stick
Yeah.
is worth something.
Yes, exactly. I mean, back to the
Three,
game.
4, 5. Dora fits in. Okay, possibly Peiko there. Maybe around Peiko we get really greedy. 2-pin, decent floater. I like the 2 so of the south, goes to the south. 3-pin connects to the 3, 4, 5 Sanjiku potential here with the 3, 5, 5. Shaw goes back. 5 Mon. Well, you have it to Ryankan now with the 5, 7, 9 in addition to the 5, 6, 7. 2, 3,
He's
4,
in really
5,
shape.
8, 9. 9-pin Anko. So now much wider Ishanten.
Makes that 3-5 Sanchoku a little bit less likely, but nothing wrong with just having a tempo hand.
Riichi
And the
plus
5.
1 good weight. I'm never going to complain about that. Or let me rephrase that. I usually won't complain about that.
Yes, there are certainly times where you need value. But for
Phone is a
Ishii
blank,
here,
though.
dealer, I'm not
Non
going
is
to.
a blank. Not going to bother. Could cut the 2 so, but instead goes to the south. Go ahead and call this down.
Nagata trying to make sure that no one has a chance to overtake before the end of this game.
Well, Minami and Nagata don't really care about the value of their hands. They need to win the hand. Because then
Yes,
it's just you have
exactly.
a fight for third and fourth, and no one really challenging you two for the top spots.
Yeah. As long as no one else gets to win, I don't mind if I win cheap.
Right. Headless Ishan 10 now. 6-pin. Okay, Peiko. And that's also Ishan 10.
Missing a pair though, as you say. Obviously, can be solved easily by just drawing the 8 or 9 of bamboo, but
Ooh, interesting choice here. How much do we like Tanya? Not that much.
not enough. Still not quite there yet for Ishida, who
Nine
really
so
needs
it's a
value as well.
blank.
Like at this point, Ishida's got no dealerships left.
Ooh, that's a fun tile, especially the Furry 10. Do you cut 8 so? Goes to the 6-pin. You can always reach you on the 8 so, and then you're not Furry 10. This is Tempai. Just cut the 5. Out it goes. 2 5-pin weight. Shaw does nothing here. Pei does nothing. One pin does nothing. And these are those frustrating situations.
That's the
Oh,
two.
there's the two.
I
Just
was
going
gonna
to end
say,
that here.
I just finished counting. We had 5 tiles left, and just drew one of them. Came out immediately.
Looks like they're a bit awkward with their 1,000 sticks. Because it never feels good to have to pay change in the middle of a hand like that. But out it goes. And now we will have Nagata expanding the lead slightly. But more importantly, Ishida effectively needs a couple of big hands just to get to third. Ishii's way back. And Minami and Nagata fighting for first.
Still WWE done with a direct hit. Ishii's going to be at least trying to maybe pull someone down into third place.
Well, if Ishii can sumo even a Mongon, then it's certainly workable at all last. A Hanuman sumo, and it's an absolute dogfight.
Yes. But as you say, Ishii's best chance has now passed.
Well, this is a Pinfu Japan, not ideal shapes, though. This is also not ideal shapes, but kind of Pinfu hand as a Dora. 2-pin fits in nicely. Looks like a cheap Pinfu hand, unless that was 2 Dora. I saw something in lower Sozu. 6-so pair up, could go Chitoi. 7-8, that's a nice draw. It was a Dora pair. Okay, this hand a lot better on second view. South pair up. I like 2-pin because I don't want to give up on the Chitoi or the Toy Toy. I also don't even want to give up on the 5-6-7 Sanjiku. So going on the Haku instead. See Chun pair up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ugh.
Yeah, not quite what we want to be seeing.
Do we go Pei? Probably not yet, but we can consider it later. 6, 8, 8. Chun. Gonna hold that back a little bit in case it is Chitoi. Figuring the Chun is a good weight. 6 goes back. 8-so Anko now.
Very nice triple up.
Pei throws it back. And that Chun is being held back. We have a hand that has a Chun pair, but no real other value. Ooh, that's a tough tile. Goes to the 9-7. There is a Tanya route in here. 9-pin goes back. 4. Well, there's your 4, 5, 6. Out goes the Chun. Will it be called? Yes, it will. Instantly. Not even going to hesitate on that.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Minami's going to be going for it, and Nagata just wants to make sure that Minami doesn't get to continue leadership. So, oh, you thought for a second it might have been a reach? No.
Nah. Well, there's your Anko. This is a very wide Ishan 10. It's 2 mon or 7 mon. Goes to the 2. 2-pin. Well, we're back to Chitoi. I like 7-so because I might even go Honitsu. Yeah, I like this
it hedges
a lot.
both bets. Especially when we get a chance to call some of those wins.
And we're going to see a call. Pawns the 7. Ishan 10 there. 2-so. That is an awkward tile. Not even going to consider it, though. Hatsu is a blank. A little concerned about safety. Because it is live, but that's, to me, more than anything, that's the reason, okay, we cut it now. 3-pin. Okay, this is 6-6.
There it is. So 1 away for that half flush.
Well, the 2 is ready to go. 4-so. Okay, Ishan 10. Actually, there's Ryankan 357 in there. That is Tempai. Could go Hatsu Tonki. There is no Yaku here. Ooh, that is a super wide hand.
There was a world where that 6 would have dealt in had the Tanki not been taken. Then it probably wouldn't have been played. Well, it might have been played. If it was me, I might have tailed in there.
9-so would be Furiten. Definitely not worth the Riichi. Hatsu.
That will deal in. So
there's no Yaku, so it doesn't deal in anything meaningful anyway. Wait. That's why I was surprised by it. Like, good point. What's the plan? Ooh, that's a big weight.
It was a safe tile, I guess.
3, 5, 6, I believe.
Sounds fair. I'm going to have to go have a look when we get back around.
7, that is Tempai. 2, 5, so. It's just pay, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Get out of there as quick as you can. Maybe you get back to Tenpai, but just get out of there for the next 2 draws at
5
least.
mon, that's one of those, and says, I'm not throwing it just yet. 6, it's close, but that's not it. It is Dorasuji. Does throw it, though. Just pay. Ishunten here. Could get back into this. Dora in. That is the Dora. Nothing happens. Ooh. Uh-oh,
Dora
this
being
could be a
played does
problem. Do we ever cut 1 pin? Gonna go with the 9.
at least not
Another
immediately.
Hatsu.
We do know the 3 bamboo
Bird.
is safe, but also the bird is
Rolls
fine.
it back. Chun goes back. 9, so that doesn't feel scary on these boards. 4 pin. I did not like that one. Was ready to discard it and then stared at it and pulled it back and is done.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely very fair. And this is
There's
the
our
last 3 is going to be
pull.
called.
That is
Still
still
not away.
Ishunten. No Tempai yet. Again, the 5 mon deal's in here, so this whole Nitsu is effectively bricked. That's not Tempai
Still not
either.
quite there.
Do
If
you
we're
like the
just
5
pushing for
so?
Tenpai, either way, the 5-7 or the 7-8 weight is definitely Fury 10. Double Fury 10 on the 6-9 weight. Ideal situation would be to draw
Doesn't matter.
for the
There's
5.
a
It doesn't
sumo
matter.
reach. Sumo. No Dora, but it will be enough for Ishii to get something here. Was really hoping for Samura. Gonna effectively lock him into 3rd place here. Because this is just such a rough condition to overtake. Was really hoping for some other value.
Having said that, though, the
And
gap
now it's...
between Ishii and Ishija is more than 16,000 points. So even a
Yeah,
Mahjong
it's
direct hit is
just...
not going to be enough to lose position.
Well, it is because you assume if you're in that situation, Ishii deals in, it's because there's a Riichi on board, and Ishii
That's
got at
also
the
true.
back end of it. But this is large between Minami and Nagata. Ishida needs to have a prayer hand. Obviously, you're building for Baimon, maybe hedging Chinitsu or a Chitoitsu Dora 2 type hand, but it's a long way off. Ishii has to build for Hanemon, and Minami wants, obviously, enough to overtake Nagata. Nagata, if the option is there, you can just declare no 10 and then. If he has enough to where it's like, okay, we're at the end of the hand, just declare no 10.
Yeah, exactly. So you do want to win the hand if you can get it to try and widen the lead, but you don't want to be racking up lots of cheap wins at this point. The more chances someone else has to build a very valuable hand, the worse things could theoretically go for you.
Well, the thing is, Ishii here can Hanemon sumo down and actually take 1st place here because of the Akabri aspect of it.
True.
And so Ishii should definitely be building for Hanemon sumo. Ishida, though, is in a really rough spot. This Hanemon sumo is not enough to change anything.
Yeah, the issue for Ishii is the hand's just not quite Hanemon level, I don't think, unfortunately.
Well, when in doubt, flip her a 3. That's what I've always
That's
believed.
also true. You know what? Fair enough. That's a strategy.
It says 2 Dora, but the rest of the hand just really isn't there.
Yeah, there's a dream of a 5-6-7 or a 7-8 mixture sequence if you're really needing value, and Ishida is, but
Position 9-9, yeah, go Tanyao. When in doubt, go Tanyao.
let you open if you need to. Not we're going to as dealer.
Dora
more
draw.
importantly,
Well, we'll see if it comes out. Not yet, anyway.
anything that lets you Dharma means that you can fold at the end, as you say, to be no 10. And as last dealer,
You can even pass on wins if it gets too late.
exactly, yeah. Wait, is this a very late orphan switch for
Huge
Ishida?
draw. Itsu Ishunten now. 2-2-3-3. Going to greed for the 1 so or 4 so for Nipeiko and maybe Dora 2. 7 pin's a great fill. Now Ishunten. I believe that's perfect Ishunten even. And
I
is
love
this
the
just a
fighting spirit of
Kogoshi
Ishida.
play? This is a sad...
I love
it has
the
to be
fighting spirit.
Chitoy.
Okay, yeah, exactly.
It has to be the Chitoy at this point.
Yeah. I love the spirit, but the tiles aren't having it today. You're not building
Well,
orphans
that's
today.
normal. It's very hard to build Baimon Plus on demand.
Yes, exactly. Either way, though, Nagata is still one away.
Tune is not it. Pei doesn't really do anything here. Amon doesn't do anything. Could shift around. Instead, going to cut the 3-pin. 9-so. Throws it back. Could call for the Yatsuzuki on the Itsu here. And the long pause strong. This is the last 9 as well. So if you don't take it, you cannot have the Itsu.
And
That was the reason for the decision.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, this was Ishii, right? So you think they're going to be wanting to go for value to try and get ahead. But at the same time, you don't want to be... It's tough. Tough decision at that point.
I think if Ishida were within manga and sumo range, you just have to take it.
That's
As
true.
is, I think you just want to build and pray for a... Well, that's Tempai. This is Nagata, though, who doesn't really have an incentive to Riichi. But
anyway.
says, I'm dealer. If you want to face me down, try it.
Honestly, a few more points definitely helps you get through South 4. I think if it was really the end of row 3, maybe we just Dharma or even not take.
Oh yeah, we definitely Dharma if it were even 4 turns later because you just want to declare.
Yeah.
Noten a lot of the time.
But because we're the first person to reach.
Oh, that's going to be
the tail.
You have to chase.
Yeah, 3-6.
I don't think you have a choice. Reach Pinfu Dora 1, 3-so, 6-so. And this is the problem Nagata runs into with the Riichi here.
Yes, exactly.
So it's 2-5-so versus 3-6-so.
Meanwhile, has a win condition.
You're looking for a Chitoi backup. You have all these otters. You have plenty of safety. You don't even need to worry that much about this.
Yeah, I do love how Minami now has a win condition. And that is
so right in between everything.
Like, I expect Minami to be folding here, personally. Although, having said that, 2-6 means that any halfway decent hand will be enough to overtake. But at the same time, you can just gamble on the Nagata dealing in and hopefully going down a position.
Yes, 3,900 from this position would be enough to drop below Minami. Mongon, of course, would also do it. One pin is not it. Again, that's the lower Sozu. 2-5 versus 3-6. See a whole bunch of those in this hand. But the 2-2, 3-3, 5-6 is I'm eating all your weights. Enjoy.
Yeah, I'm not playing any of these. You can have fun elsewhere.
Trying to decide whether the South makes sense here. Goes with the 6. That's going to deal in. Reach Pinfu Dora 1. No Ura 3,900. Could not consider the South workable.
It was safe to Nagata, but it was not safe to Ishii.
At the same time, no Ura, so it's fine. There's Ura that's a catastrophic deal in, but Nagata ends up in first place, 42,600, the +3. Minami in second. Eventually, the graphic will catch up soon. There we are. Second place with the +2. Ishii gets the 1 point with the lack of Ura, and Ishida was just never in that in South round. Just had her dealership cut off too early and couldn't get anything going afterwards.
I enjoyed that look from Minami of like maybe a little bit of worry, but also a little bit of relief. Like, oh, I didn't actually lose my position. Knowing that if Adora had been flipped, perhaps she would have been third. It's always fun to see the reactions to players sometimes. But yes.
Yeah, relief, disgust. Sometimes I'm glad I'm just out of there.
Yes, I think it was a mixture of all 3 of those in that situation. But yes, we have 2 more games for you today. And I'll be swapping out, I believe, for Nathanael for game 2.
Yes, I will be here on game 2 as well, but I think a new commentator.
Indeed, I will be joining. Let's take a quick peek at the standings after this first game of play here in session 2. So Team Orpheus, I believe they were at 14 points before this round started, picking up another first place.
Just really
18.
expanding the lead here. 5 points up. Sure, it's early in the season, but that's a pretty big gap for this early. Also, to shout out Team City Plus with a negative score in 4th place, though. Showing that the raw score is just not that important. Losing the tiebreakers to even be 2nd place here.
Still, we saw City Plus Real Partner picking up points. Tenders as well at 12 points, and should be even more to gain in the second game that will be happening too. But thanks again to Cairo for the first game. We'll see you next week, or whatever our next meeting is.
Absolutely. I believe it will be next Thursday for the other half of this session. Session 2.
Yes, should be next Thursday is our next broadcast. But with that, let's go ahead and jump in. I think we did all our plugs ahead of time for the first game, so we should be ready for game 2.
All right, let's do it. Players for game number 2 are posted. So, opening us up, we will have Tomomi Okubo. This is for Team 4 Seasons, a JPML Pro. In the South seat, Porori for Team Sunfaro. It is JPML Pro once again. In the West seat, Kengo Mori, an RMU Pro. Or, I have not confirmed, but AI native. Haruka Kinoshita will be representing Team City Plus, though, for our North seat player, another JPML Pro. We've got quite a few of those in this tournament. We saw a couple days ago. Was it Thursday or even Friday? Duking it out. We'll see how things fare for game number 2.
All right, with that, let's go ahead and jump into the action. You see the players here look a little more relaxed. We are early in the season, so you're going to see that a lot more. The nervousness is just, oh, wait, cameras. Because even if you've been on a few times, it's always the, oh, wait, that's clearly a setup here. You see the camera there on the right. It gets easier as you go on, but it's never something that just goes away.
Fortunately, a lot of these players, definitely with the camera experience, no need to be shy. Just play your mahjong.
Hatsu is the Dora. Pretty good starting in here for dealer. Haku pair even dreams of Daisangen, but I think you just play Honitsu and go for the Manzu unless you connect elsewhere. That's a nice little Pinfuan. Whole bunch of pairs here with a 3-3-3, 2-2, 9-9, and 6-6. So maybe Chitoi or Toy North pair up, but that's the West seat, so no Yakuhai. Chun pair, Hatsu pair. Okay. Ooh. Well, I don't care which one you want to call. You just want one of them to call. Obviously, you prefer the Dora 3, but at the same time, that always scares off the tables. It's kind of a balance.
Fourth pair for Okubo. Definitely still callable. She has one of the Dora.
Floater. It's not ideal. Well, there's our tune. There's our call. Knew it was coming. 4-pin is the most efficient cut. Out it goes.
Kinoshita will just play maximally efficiently from now on.
Now tune goes out. Of course, useless at this point. 9-pin goes out.
Not intentionally attracting Chitoi. It's just happening. The solution...
Hey is useless.
It's just pull your pairs, and then you don't have Chitoi anymore.
It's always my plan. Problem is then I cut 3 pairs, and I still end up with 6 more of them. And I go, what did I do to deserve this? 2 so, 2, 4, 4, 5. We're going to see the pole to the 8th. This is now Ishan 10.
Go get some interesting ideas if there are Toy shifts later in the game. I'm curious to see how she handles that.
Goes to the 1 here. Now a 3, 4, 4, 6. And needs the 5 pretty badly. 3, 5, 7 pin. Could go Tanya with a 9, 9. Goes with the 2 so instead. Probably the most efficient cut there.
Definitely the 9-9 plan still there. Ooh, 2 so even here. Holding the 8 mon that he just discarded.
5 so good floater, but the 6 having already come out, the hand's just kind of stuck. The hand has that door and it just isn't sure what to do with it.
Also, you have Kinoshita with 2 calls. It's a little bit scary to drop a door at this point.
6-1 pair up. Chitoitsu appears to be the plan. It's now Ishunten. Out goes the 5-pin.
Turns
One
out,
mon. Well, there's your Ishunten here as well. Pretty garbage shapes, though.
would you Riichi a bad weight? Riichi Nomi with no door visible is the question.
I was going to say, you're asking me if I'd Riichi. I think that kind of answers itself, doesn't it?
Well, we're about to find out.
Out it goes. Shumpon 609 mon.
160 was cut earlier. I believe the 9 mon, though, are both live. And the early 7 mon from Kinoshita and also 8 mon from Mori indicate that they might have some difficulty using a 9 mon, so you'd hope to see it.
Well, you're hoping the open hand is going for 1,000. You hope it's not as that hidden Dora 2, which it does.
Yeah, this open hand is not going to be afraid to drop it.
No, it'll definitely be pushing. This hand, on the other hand, is still Chitoitsu Ishunten, but is not necessarily going to fold, but could definitely run out of tiles eventually.
Weight's so bad it's got to work. Sometimes it feels that way. Oh, the East.
We could see 3-mon popping out any time, so. Well, that is a hand. Goes to the pay here, Ishunten. You have to take the upgrade here. 3-6-mon for Chundor 2.
You think about it, you cut the 2 mon, and then you put the 5 mon somewhere in your hand far
Dora.
away from the shape.
Dora was pause. There's a pause and then no take, because there's not really reason to switch to Tanki here. When it was a 2-4, I think you'd take it, but a 4-5, it just ruined your options. 7-mon is clear. It is 3-6 versus the 9 and then 6 in the offsuit. If this hand pushes the 3-mon, it will deal in.
Well, now that the door has come out, you're a little bit less scared of the open hand.
Unless you picked up something from their eyes. They saw the door and they got big. I've seen people that would do that. It's like, oh, I bet they have a pair. Well, I've seen 2 9s go out, so the wrong one. Still waiting on the 9-mon.
Again, you look at
Is
my
it
eyes.
still 2 in the wall?
Could be. I think so, yeah. My eyes would get big just because I couldn't believe someone jammed door against a Riichi.
I say, I don't think it was someone jamming the door. I think it was the Riichi itself. Yes, it was.
Yeah, certainly. The fact that the door got through. Oh,
There's the 3. Deals in. And there we see the other 2 Dora. Chun Dora 2. 3,900. Kinoshita going to pick up the win here. Porori loses the stick to fall to 3rd, but Okubo the big deal, and then 3,900. Porori will be dealer here at East 2.
East 2, fairly even after the door 2 win. Still looking for that monster. We saw a couple players get off to great starts in that last game with Haneman Sumo, Mangan Sumo, the like, but what are we considering here?
Chun pair, maybe call and go, although that Manzu shape's very tempting to just cut the pair and go for it.
Yeah, there are a lot
There's
of
also Pinfu hands.
pairs in that hand.
A whole bunch of garbage floaters. The rest of the hand's workable, though. That creates a Penshun 7 so with the 6, 7, 8, 8, 9. 3-pin good floater. Goes with the Haku. 3, 4, 5, 7, 9, 9. Maybe there's a cheated suit here somewhere.
This is a small way to look, but it's hard to get there. We'll at least start with the 8-pin and hedge.
I feel this is a couple of hands that are saying this hand stinks, and if it's going to be any value, it's going to be Horitsu. So I'm just going to brute force it. There goes the Chun.
No call.
Pay pair up. Now it's definitely moving towards Honitsu Chitoitsu. Hatsu.
Oh,
Well, I kind of just want to go 5. I want to go 5 mon.
West is still alive. Yeah, 5 mon it is.
Shaw pair up. Okay, well, the Chitoitsu is looking very good now. Non.
Oh, there's another pin.
5-10. Ugh. I mean, it's just 6, so. It's a sad hand, but I don't see why you have to take the Ishunten. You may not take the tempo when you get there, but you have to take the Ishunten. Ooh, Chitoi Ishunten for Chitoitsu Honitsu Dora 2.
It can be depressing when you open up your hand and you have one of each honor tile, and then
Oh,
and
says,
start
okay,
pairing
we've
them up.
had our fun. Out goes the 4. Tuso goes back.
6-pin. This is Tempai.
Hey, Senpai, I would cut the 7-8 and go for the green, but instead going to Riichi on the door, and it will be pulled.
Okubo no longer with a need for that West, and suddenly a dealer doesn't want to play this hand anymore. Oh no!
Oh no! And you see the look on his face too. Tempai 9 so pay Shumpon.
I think it's
What is that?
2-pin.
Honitsu Hatsudora 3 Hanemon?
Yes. Also, Kinoshita is in the West seat, so that's Yakuhai as well.
Well, 6 to 7 doesn't matter, but goes the 7. Says, I don't want any part of this. Eight mon. No, it is 6-9 mon versus 9 so pay. The 1-9 that doesn't matter, the Pinzu 9.
Two-pin forever held. 5 so's a
5
little bit
Oh,
sweat-inducing, but goes through.
there's one of those deal-in tiles. Goes with the 8. I just go 1 so. Yeah, it's well, wait a second. That just came out, didn't it? Yes, it did. Non.
It's fine.
That's what we stared at for it. Wait, is this one of the ones I can con? And the answer is no.
When you have a chance to buy one, don't want to miss a con opportunity. Oh, he finds
Sumo,
it.
shut it down. Reach Sumo. We're a 1. So not a bad pickup here.
Yeah,
We're
wow.
going to be perfectly acceptable of that, accepting of that, and into first place by leave 100 points, and it is. Porori pays out 2,000. Goes, that could have been a lot worse. Here's your 2,000.
It is a huge sigh of relief.
Well, you're not thrilled with the Ura, but a huge sigh of relief for Mori as well. There was some real value on board, and even Ryanman, even a Class A Ryanman with a terminal like that on the 6-9, you really want to win those. Nice little Pinfu hand. I see the Shaw pawn for Honitsu.
A clear play for Okubo. Honitsu seems to be a pretty common theme today. Hatsu pair,
Dora
that's Dora
2.
2.
Tone pair could potentially just call and go here. And here's one of those loose Hatsu. 3-pin useless. Well, there goes 2 through 4 Sanshiku.
Or Honitsu.
Ooh.
Sacrifices must be made.
7-pin, possibly Peiko upgrade. Ishunten.
Yeah, very curious about the 4-so, 5-so draw if we end up moving towards Dianpeko or just holding the wider acceptance.
I'd go pay. I'm not quite sure why it's being held back. Like, oh, there's the last Hatsu.
That could just come out.
I think it's 6-so.
So no Dianpeko hope.
Well, so the fun play is if you call the Ishi, you cut the 7-9, and so you say we're going to Tortanki. That sounds very much like the way I would play the hand. I doubt others would do the same.
To respond to chat,
Home,
Double Roan is
advances
not
the
on.
Hanetsu.
We head bump.
Loose 1 when it comes out will likely be pulled for Tempai. Well, there it is. There goes the Hatsu and says, thank you very much. That's what I was looking for. And there is the aforementioned 1-mon Pon. It'll be Tonki waiting on Haku, the Dora indicator. Three pin. Back it goes. 4-so, well, there's your 4-5 shape. I mean, your Hatsu's useless, but it's a very good safe tile. Could go non here, but instead says, I want my efficiency. That is a worthless tile now. 8-mon goes back. Non goes back.
Haku's still.
Oh no, it was Riyad Bako the whole time. Okay, fine. Well, we're just folding. That 7-pin felt like a fold discard.
Yeah, this.
Non-Tonki. We'll switch to it.
Ooh. That one did just come out. So going from one visible tile to a different one visible tile.
But I can think of someone that would take the obligatory non-Tonki in this situation. And it pays off! Fellow with WRPM Pro Steve, notorious for doing that. There's a nice little Honitsu win here with the Yakuhai as well.
Yeah, a couple things.
South goes and takes the direct hit on Kinoshita into second place.
A couple notes on that swap. A little hesitation on the 8-mon at the start, threw that back, drew the south, and cut the Haku. So that's natural if you are moving from a Tonki into a multi-sided weight in the Manzu. And put the south third tile from the left. So put it into the hand, as if to say, I've now created a multi-sided weight. So it's kind of setting the mental trap of, I went from Tonki to a weight in the Manzu.
Or maybe some sort of Nobeton type shape.
Exactly.
9 going to be held as a floater. Or being Dora, always a decent floater. You just want to pair it up. 4-5 Sanjiku, if you get a shift up, let's say a 6-so draw. 7-9 in Sozu. 8, 4, 6, 7, 8. So the Sozu coming along. 5-mon pair ups. Doesn't do much immediately. 8. Ooh, that's an interesting tile. 1, 1, 4, 6, 8, 9. Where the 9's Dora. I like 1 pin here or Chun. Goes with the 1 pin. 3-mon. Oh, that is less than ideal. 3, 6, 9 where 9 is Dora. Not a good shape. Upgrades your round kind there with a 1, 3, 5. Cuts the 9. Three, so okay. Still needs a pair.
Yeah.
For plan A, just be draw the other door and then you have to worry about it. But if you pair up the 6, it's Pinfu Tanya.
Yeah, there's a question mark on that 6-9-mon shape. When will the door come out, given that you need a pair?
Six connects here. 4, 5, 6 Sun should be looking a little better. 4-mon pair up. Now you can potentially cut the Dora. 3, 4 gets rid of the 7, 9. Shaw goes back. And this is one of those problems when you're hedging a headless shape is if someone reaches, you're just stuck.
Yeah, if that 6-9 does not clear, then you can't drop either one of them.
Ooh, okay, playing towards the Tanya shape now. You cut the 1 so later. Out goes the 4. Not even can consider it as the pair. 3, 4, 5. Out goes the 9. This is now Ishan 10 for Riichi Pinfu. 6 Mon. Well, you wish we had the 1 back.
Yeah, if you're thinking Itsu, otherwise it's a pretty standard Riichi Tanya Pinfu type shape. We'll cut 1, 3 so.
Well, I was thinking just the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you don't have to worry about it. We'll see a shift up for the Sanjuku potential. Oh, I kind of like just 6 Mon here. Nope, out goes the Dora. Wants the Tanyao.
Yeah, the Dora maybe just sticking around too long.
And Siverly says, okay, well, if you're clearing it, I'm going to clear it. We'll see if a third one pops out. Not yet.
Yeah, the hand for Okubo is looking quite poor at this stage. Probably going to end up folding.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, it could be Itsu, but that's not the suit I was planning on.
However, if you are looking for a pair, 2 through 8, 2, 5, 8, excellent chances.
Hatsu, yeah, the hand's not good. There does go that third door. It says it's not really going to fit. If it's Tanya, it's Tanya. If it's not going to complete. Out goes South, switches it out for the Chun. Tone. I kind of like Sakigiri on the 6 Mon. Yeah, that is the play here.
Yeah, pretty natural follow if you're willing to cut the Dora ahead of the schedule.
And it looks like it is live, but it's not because it was the first discard. So you can't go Tonki on it. It'd be Furi 10. And of course, the 1 had just come out on the left. Oh no!
Well, that's why a lot of people just hold the door forever. You'll never backfire this way.
The decision was made when the 6 was held and the 9 was cut.
Right.
That was an acceptable outcome. That is a decision you have to make earlier in the hand, and it was made. And sometimes the wall said, "You picked wrong." Ooh, that's a very nice house. Should be told, because now you get the 1 or the 9. You have Itsu option. This is not Tenpai.
Could just throw the 2 Mo back. Could start with a pay. Maximize your
I think you
chances.
go pay. Just every time there. This is Ishunten if you cut Tone or Non. We'll do so. 8 pin is not it. Thrown back. That is Tenpai. That should be a Riichi. It is 3-sided. 1, 4, 7, cutting the 3.
And so
You have to Riichi this. I hate it, even considering Dama makes me sick. This should already be out in the middle.
yeah, maybe just considering the likelihood of trying to eat doesn't want it.
The sound you hear is Corak's heart just dying.
But willing to call this.
The Tanyo for the 258 Tanyo, no.
Corak, quick, get his pacifier. Oh dear. This is unnatural play for a Corak.
Now, I'm definitely saying we'll call down for Tanya Nomi, but okay, does get it. But it wasn't the hand that was calling it down. The Riichi. Well, that's the other part is you don't scare off the table when you do this. So Kinoshita will pick up the 500 all and get the repeat here. But I feel the hand would have gone a very different route if we were just played directly.
Well, after that little adventure, we will stay here in East 4. Kinoshita gets to maintain dealership back over 30,000 points and in second place. 1 Pandora, and what a hype by this appears to be.
Yes, has a Riichi Pinfu, Tanyao, Dora, maybe even a Sanjuku in here, especially if you draw, say, a 4 so, Riichi Peiko or to the worst Sanjuku. This a little bit worse, maybe sort of 1, 2, 3 in here. Also the 1 Pandora, of course. This a Pinfu, so all above average hands, I feel.
It definitely will give the nod to the dealer in terms of early advantage.
2 going to be held back for a little bit. Possible pension upgrade. 778 goes with the 1-so.
Poor tile shape now, the
2, 3, 4,
Pinzu.
5. Yes, extends it there. 1 pin doesn't really do much immediately. I just want to throw it back. I don't think this is ever Chanta.
But it's Dora.
Wow, okay. Goes with the Formon.
Maybe taking notes to the last
Very
hand.
flexible option. Six, okay. This is now Ishanten. Question is which song should go? I think it has to be 2, 3, 4. That seems Nathanael approved. I think I'm going with the 2-pin. But the idea here is if you cut the 5, you can still shift it down with the Dora. I just don't know that I want the Dora in this hand. It's Tanyao. 6 is a great fill here. I have the Anko with the 5s. What's the 5, 6? Which pair? I think if you cut the 5 last turn, it should be the 3 here. Yeah. You're not as worried about the overlap because if you get an extension in the Sozu, you can just cut the overlap.
Yeah, do have to be mindful that the 1-so was cut earlier from that hand, so there are some small 50-10 chances, but if you extend on the upper side, you should be good.
Out goes the Hatsu. 7, so oh, classic 8, 9, 7 back to back in the pond. 9, well, that's Ishanten. Still looking for a pair somewhere. 2-pin goes back. Okay, do you believe in the Dora now? Could go Chun Chun as well. Goes the 9, hedges Itsu. This does mean Chun is likely the pair, though. Speaking of locking in pairs, this is a 1, 2, 2, 2, 3. So not going to lock in the 4 as a pair or 2, 4 as a kanchan.
Well, this
8. Well, I think it's just Tumon. Oh, goes the 6, cutting the 6, 8. 2, 4 Sanjiku is now probably dead unless there's a shift down.
and not quite the extension that she was looking for, and didn't want to break the middle Mon shape for it, so we'll just end up cutting.
Formon, nice. Now you do have an option here to cut the 8, 9 and keep the ramen. This is wider Ishanten, but you're going to be in an awkward Tonki a lot of the time. Fremon, Ipeiko upgrade. Potential anyway. It's a 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4. With the Ipeiko locked in. And there is our Tempai, Riichi Pinfu. For 4-mon, 7-mon.
So it took a while, but turn 9, turn 10, thereabouts. Pretty standard.
Pei goes back.
At this stage, players have been preparing to fold or at least dance around this hand a little bit.
Yes, and the other thing is there are no Montu tiles in that pond, so even this 9 looks really bad.
Could start with something like the 8-so.
Yeah, I was going to say, I like the 8-so.
But that prepares to push the
Keeps
9
your
later.
Ishan 10. Right, and you get 10 by then you can consider throwing the 9. You are a little concerned with that pawn just of a closed Honitsu.
Yeah, and if you are that worried, then 3-pin, 2-pin is certainly the safer way to approach that. You never have to drop the Monzu.
At the same time, I just feel a lot of the players at this table and in this event would Dama it if they had it. Maybe one where they played with the Kinoshita before and knows how this is being done.
Yeah, honestly,
That is Tempai. If the Dora comes out, it'd be a 7-mon Penchon, but you would have to throw the Dora. Out goes the 8. 8-pin pair up. That is Tempai. Would be Riichi Nomi if the 9 is thrown.
Does he take influence from the 8-mon that came out from the left? No.
No, just folding. Oh, wasn't that a Benepatsu?
It would have, yeah. It would have been 3-6 mon. And so, yeah, not only do you see that the 9 becomes Suji, but also would have been your winner. Could Riichi on the Dora Tunki here? I think you're going to see it.
There it is. Riichi, Dora 2, waiting on Dora Tonki.
Well,
Might
back
have
into
an
Tenpai.
Anko. Okay. The 9 is safe entry now. Or, yeah, it is safe entry because it just came out on the left. I kind of feel you have to take this.
Dama.
Dama says, I don't think the stick is worthwhile. I still want to fold.
Yeah, probably concerned that someone is chasing this dealer, going for the 8-9 discard, and he cannot see any Dora.
Welcome back. Isn't thrilled with it, but does shove the 8. Haku goes out. 1, 2, 3. There is a route back in. I think that was Ishunten.
I think so as well. Just need to fill a constant shape.
There's the 9. We know it's clear for these players.
Oh, there's a lot of chances now.
Oh, that's a messy hand.
7 pin. Looks relatively safe. Oh, finally.
Sumo, reach, Sumo, Pinfu, or a 1. So manages to get some points out of it. If the little more aggression had been played, would have dealt into a Riichi Apatsu Pinfu. But instead, Reach, Sumo, Pinfu, or a 1. So 2,600 all, plus the Honba and the sticks. Could have put Kinoshita in a reasonably strong first place. 8,500 over second. And we're going to have repeat here in East 4 now, -2.
Yeah, well, now Mori no longer in the lead. Maybe in this point situation, he would have been more inclined to take the chasing Riichi. We'll see how his decisions play out here in the score position.
Nice little Pinfu type hand. Has a Dora as well. Reach Pinfu, Tanyao, Dora. Even a Sanji, go 2, 3, 4, or a 3, 4, 5. Lots of value there. This looks like a Riichi Pinfu, Tanyao, Sanji, Dora as well. 3, 4, 5. Non-Anko and Shaw pair and Hatsu pair. So that's a call and go. Which Honitsu do you want to play for? One Pin goes back.
Shaw. No call.
Chuso pair up. Cutting the 5. Might even be going toy with this.
Yeah, interestingly, chose to pass up his Yakuhai.
2,
Wants
3,
the
4, 5,
draws.
6 on the left. The Penchun created with the 8, 9 in Manzu. 2-pin is the Dora indicator, so it connects to quite a bit. Hard to use as a pair, though, potentially, though. 3, 6, 7, and there is our Hatsupon. Out goes the 2. Now Ishunten.
And if you are looking for value, still could be Toy.
Or Honitsu, depending on what you want to cut later.
Absolutely. Well, it depends on your
Third
next
pair
draw.
doesn't do much. Pay. Ooh, lots of options. Didn't like any of them.
Just takes the straightforward
7
approach.
fills the Kanshun here. I like Tuso or 1 pin. Yeah, it goes to the Tuso. 1, 2, 3 Shanshu doesn't look like it's happening in that hand.
By the way, no Tuso Pon.
1, 2, 3. That's Naishunten here. I think no, the upper Monzu wasn't quite right. I think it's Chushunten. 5 pair up doesn't do anything here. I just want to throw it back. Could go 1 pin just because it's dead as a pair. And that is the play. Definitely most efficient.
Hello, Forso.
7 so or 6, 7 pin feel like the reasonable cuts here.
Yeah, same.
It was the 7 pin. Yeah, it's a 8, 9, 9, not a 7, 8, 9. So a little bit of work still here. Shaw Anko, this is Tenpai. Or it's not, it's Honitsu.
Yeah, by passing up the two-soul pawn, gave himself the opportunity to move into point 2. Really felt like he'd make that decision. Could have held the tenpai there and worked towards a toy, but instead chooses to go the other direction towards Mongon.
The 6 is not ideal because you just want to use the Dora, but we'll hold it anyway. 6 so useless. Goes back here. Chun, worthless. Holds as a safe tile, cutting the 9 instead. 9 so does nothing. Well, okay, goodbye, Dora. Could go 8 mon if you want to be a little greedy, but I don't want to hold that tile any longer. Oh, full greed.
Yeah, we've seen Okubo really play aggressively towards the Dora usage, so not surprised to see her hold onto it here.
Looked like a Tempai on the left. I think it was 7-1 Tonki or something.
Yeah, I wasn't sure. I thought maybe it could be a 9.
6, not that useful. Plus,
You're
already,
right,
yeah,
it
it
was
is
a
the
5.
7-1 Tonki. And hates the 6 draw. You can cut the 4 here. Nope, just going to shove the 6.
Little preemptive
and
discard.
says, okay, well, that's clear. Now, could call to increase the shape acceptance. It's now 2-5.
Oh.
I mean, 3, 4, 5, 7. See a 6. You cheat with 5, 7. Seems very normal.
I'm just surprised that it was the west coming out, not the south. Given the seat position.
Oh. What about our dreams of
Show sushi?
some sushi? Yeah. It's a little late, though. Thanks to 7, the call doesn't make sense if it's waiting on 7, so I think that's a reasonable push.
I think we see a pained expression on the face, perhaps. Oh, not going to matter. No one's going to see. It was.
Yeah, Dalma Pianfu said, I'm not getting any value out of this one. Give me my 1,600. Let's move on.
And fair. You've got a flush brewing that's possibly Mongon. But the dealer hand that's getting close to Tenpai will maintain at least 3rd place. Prevent Porori from coming back with that big hand. It is now South round.
All right, Okubo's going to be dealer here in South round and starts off with a South pair. Could potentially call and go. Great shapes. Not a ton of value, but you're not going to complain about starting out Ishunten.
No.
Pinfu hand here as well, but as the Haku pair, so have some options to how to play it. Also sees a 1, 2, 3 Sanshiko in here, so we'll hold the 1 pin for that reason. 6, 7, 8 fits in nice. The rest of the hand's a bit of a mess, though. We'll see the South just wants the quick hand. It's Tenpai, 6, 9.
Could be very quickly into another one here. Could see a 9 dropping out so easily.
4, 5, 6, and 8. Gets a 9, but the wrong one. Oh, 6 pair up. That's going to save the deal in here. I thought that was going to come out very quickly, but once it pairs up, then it's actually useful to the hand. Chun pair up.
So 4 tiles.
Useless.
4 tiles the way currently held. You always look for a route into a little extra value. But the 4 so being Dora, you'd think maybe it connects to one of your tiles. The problem's the 5 so is your pair.
7-1 now is a 4 and 7 as floaters. Speaking of 4s, out goes the door, and that should alert the table something's going on. It's okay. I better try and speed this up a bit. Just goes in and calls here. Photo Junior. Everyone sees door, goes, uh-oh, we're not where we thought we were in this head.
Yeah, actually, that's a good way of phrasing it. You know, sometimes we look at the turn number to see how far along we are in the hand, but actually, players can advance their hands at different rates, as we see Tenpai here now. 6 months,
on
so.
6 and 6, so both players waiting on 6, so.
And so to finish that thought, reading the other player's discards, you can get signals about how far advanced they are in the hand, and you'll know when you should be moving your own thinking to a more defensive mindset or aggressively offensive mindset.
3-pin doesn't really do anything, but you see all these open hands. You're going, what on earth did I get myself into?
Kind of impressively,
So useless.
9-so hasn't been drawn yet.
9-pin goes back. Well, there's your 9-so. But I think it just gets held. You cut the 3-pin, maybe.
That's the one player that could actually hang on to it.
Goes to 7, same thought process. We're going to see a Chi. Ishii on 10, I imagine it's the 8. No, goes to the 4 instead.
Yeah, 7-so is just slightly safer. Again, expecting maybe even a tempi already, so play a little bit more
Well, you figure there's at least 1 and probably 2, which there are.
And even if the value is...
Keep the Shunten.
If
Tone useless.
Somewhat small, it's still annoying in the score position to deal in. Exchange placements.
Pay useless. Shaw useless. 3-1. Well, that was the problem. Is just greeting the Dora says that the hand is stuck in a specific shape. Again, gets another 9, but it's still the wrong suit. There is one of the deal-in tiles. And I don't think you could throw that. I don't think you'd ever throw that with these pawns. Yeah, so, okay, we're done. It deals with a Dora shape. It deals with just the 6-9. Maybe dealer did exactly what they did.
You're probably not really expecting a Dora shape here, given that a 4-so came out from hand. If they had 4-5, they probably would have kept the 4-4 and switched to a shop.
Well, you're not expecting it from dealer, but there's another open hand.
That's true. There are 2.
Oh, well, now is the gut check. Out it goes. Makes the hard read, and it is correct. Waiting on the 7 now. Gutsy push. Six Mon, that is one of the deal-in tiles, will be held back. 4 could shift this around. Yeah, it does. Now it's a 2-5 pin weight as opposed to the 7.
That 2-pin just came out from Okubo.
Especially with that Pinzu 8 just coming out, you're thinking, oh, was that a 6-8 to a 5-6? And that is the read. It's incorrect, but just says this is not worth fighting anymore. Same time, this hand just needs to fold. If you've made your decision, you just need to give it up. Oh, there's the deal in. You're kind of wondering how many Suji are left, and dealer says, finally! I've been waiting that since turn 2. What is wrong with you people? Give me my 1,500 and get out of here. It's actually a little tilting when you make a play like that just for the quick cheap hand, and it just doesn't come, and people are clearly advancing, and then it finally comes like, thank you.
Wow, 2 completed shapes already?
Very strong starting end here, looking like a Tanyao.
Green Dragon Dora not helping.
Maybe a Dora, but unlikely to use the Hatsu at any point. This hand has a floating Hatsu. 7 fits in with 3, 4, 6, 6, 7, 7. Very flexible shape, but it's one of those situations where you need a 5, and then a 5, and then another 5. 9-so goes back. Now I'm going to play around for the Kokoshi there. 2 Mon completes the 2, 3, 4. Now I'll say 6, 6, 7, 7. Dora draw. Not ideal with that hand. 1, so not even going to hold it. Says I already accept the 2. We want Tanyo anyway. 6, 7, 7. Can cut one of the honors. We'll go with the West.
You can always consider pairs when you have 3 of them and a copy of the Dora. Honor Dora at that.
Eiko upgrade. 5, 6, 6, 7, 7. 3-pin pair up.
Ishantan.
Actually, Ishanten. Another pair. Well, this is feeling Chitoi.
It
And
does.
6-mon is definitely, I'm going Chitoi too.
This is the other competing Tanyao hand.
Tuso being held as a potential pair. Still has a floating door. Ooh, that's a fun draw. 2, 3, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 8, 8. That's a fun shape.
It really is. Could even use the 7-pin there.
Well, that's just Tempai. Do you cut 3-pin or do you even Dama?
With 3, 5, 6, 8, I think we could see a Dama, but 3-pin back 3 is usually my choice.
I feel I would either Riichi or cut 3-pin, and we'll cut the 3-pin. You have a 4-5. I feel if okay, gonna hold on to the Dora. I think I'd have cut the Dora as basically where am I in this hand? Who has it? Because I don't really like those cut Dora Yakuhai like on Riichi, because then you don't know if it's dealer who had it.
Yeah, you might choose differently if you knew the dealer was calling pull. But here we go.
Well, there it is. Riichi Pinfu possible Ipeiko. And sometimes no one has it.
Yeah, we saw earlier Morty made that decision, cut the Dora for a good Yamarichi, and then suddenly the flush player had it, and he had to sweat that one out for a while.
7 so Anko. Could build towards Su Anko even.
Oh,
Oh, that is Tempai. This you have to take. You have to take this.
yeah, you don't really even have a safe route forward, so we will see the Riichi chase.
Riichi Tanyao, but it does deal in Ani Patsu. Riichi Patsu Pinfu. Aura 1.
And did deal to the cheap side, but that's not going to make too much of a difference.
With the Aura at the same value either way. Kinoshita going to expand the lead here up to 46,000. Mori falls into last place. And Porori will be dealer in South 2. Pot is now, of course, reset. 5 so is the Dora. Whole bunch of Pinzu tiles, but with the 7, 8, and Monzu, you're probably not thinking Honetsu. And South is definitely, I'm just playing efficiently and seeing what happens. This is a West pair, but it's not the West seed. Actually, 1, 2, 4, 5 in Sozus. The 3 will help a lot. A mediocre Pinfu hand and mediocre Pinfu hand. Bunch of floaters. Couple penchants. Maybe not mediocre. Maybe just bad. Not terrible, but not good.
Yeah, we're in the South rounds now, middle South round, South 2. So placement's becoming even more important, that head-to-head race, especially as Kinoshita pulls off even further into first. Going for second becomes a pretty big priority here.
Yes, because simply we've been saying over and over in this broadcast between third and fourth is the same as between first and second. So every placement matters. Every placement is 1 point in this structure.
We see Kinoshita play for faster hands that allow her defensive options. Maybe even not Riichi, one of her Pinfu hands. We'll see.
Ooh, 6, 7, 8. Could go 1, 1 and Tanya. I think you go 2-mon though. Just play efficiency and see what happens.
Yeah, if we draw towards that 5, so we can 1-1, as you were saying.
1 pin goes back. 5 since the shape they're in. 1, 2, 1, 2, 5, 5, 6. And also interesting, the 1 pin is dead as a pair here. So you can cut 5 so, planning to cut 6 next turn. But the 5 so is Dora, so you don't really want to.
We'll actually just cut the 6 right now. 4 so connection to the Dora will be a Riichi.
3, 4 gives a 3, 4, 5 Sanshoku much more realistically now. You do have that 1, 2, 4, 5. You don't really like the 1, 2 part of it. 6-mon pair up, 5, 5, 6, 6. 2 pin. Could have considered that for Tanya hedge, but I haven't got the 6 the last turn. The blocks are pretty locked in. 9 pin goes back. 6 so, okay. Still a bit of work to do. 8-mon useless.
Clearly values this Dora more than the extra 3-pin acceptance.
7, not as good as a 6 here. And says, nope, that doesn't fit.
Still valuing the
I've
double
been
self.
great, Phil. Works towards this 4-5-6 Sanshoku. Tempai would have to throw the Dora. Will Riichi here. Riichi Pinfu. This is 5-pin, 8-pin.
You could actually see someone challenge 8-pin or even 5-pin with a 2-pin cut here.
Trusting the long Suji. For those of you who know the term, long Suji is a not real thing.
Yeah, not even long Suji, just the early 9-pin, 6-pin. The key here is that he was cutting from an Anko, which is not something that you expect.
Right. Oh, this could be 1-mon or 9-mon. Sanji looking very good here. Potentially call down for Tanya Sanjuku Dora 1. If a 2 or an 8 comes.
We have a long Suji believer in chat. Oh, 8-mon again. That's fine.
I would, yeah, okay. Can't do anything with it. Ooh, 4-5-5-6-6. Possibly Peiko and Tanya upgrades now.
Yeah, that's a fighting hand from Okubo. Looks like Woody is out.
Out goes the Dora.
He wants to fight, but not in this hand. Yeah, it's a really rough position for him because if the dealer pulls this win, it's probably going to put Woody into a deep fourth. At least that's kind of what you're expecting, even with the Dora cut. However, the hand actually not terribly expensive as we see it yet.
9 so is not it. So waiting on that 5-8. Ooh. I think the 9 is safe, and I think 1 isn't that bad, but I wouldn't check it. Yeah, 9 is safe. 7. Ooh, do you just throw the 1 here? No, throwing the 2 says, okay, we're probably going to back off a bit. It's always dangerous challenging dealer, Riichi. 3 looks at it as though expecting that to be the winning tile. It's not.
Actually, a large number of his weights are being held or discarded already.
9, this is now Ishan. 10 gives the Sanjuku back, but if you Furiton on the 8...
My count is correct. There's only one tile that remains in the wall for this. Just one last 8-pin.
Haku isn't it. Still Ishan 10. 3-mon. That is not Tempai.
Could 6-2 so as a safe route. Could try the 8-pin. The 6-mon went through, right? Yeah. So you could also just shift with that 6 or even play the Suji 3.
No, we saw the 3 being followed. Could call for Tempai. Will do so. There's no Yaku here, but just looking for the... Oh, no! Throws the 9 instead. Does not want to throw this 1. It feels like it's just a change to switch who the last draw comes to.
Yeah, there is a small chance that she can get to a Tempai using the 1. Give herself that opportunity. Well,
No, that wasn't it.
we might be out.
Yeah, we're out.
I gave it a look. Fair. Fair enough.
That was the... Well, we had our fun. We're done. And this is the last draw. And it will be one player Tempai. Porori will pick up a net of 2,000, getting 1,000 from every player at the table, and losing the Riichi stick goes into the pot with the repeat in South 2-1 now.
Dealership retained. Also ground made on Okubo towards second place.
Kinoshita way out in front, though. We'll need to cash this dealer turn in to be able to make a challenge for that.
Yeah, while you have a dealer turn, there's a chance to cash it.
All right, I see a Hatsu pair. Maybe just call and go here. Also possible 1, 2, 3 Sanshigu. Oh, forget call and go. Why don't you just Anko it up? That makes things easier. And a very nice Sozu shape with a 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. I just want to start, honestly, with the 1, 2 pin.
Yeah, 6-8 is an alternative if you think there's a chance at the Sanshoku.
Goes to the 6.
One of the issues there is that yeah, you've got that Anko of Hatsu. Might makes anything 1, 2, 3 related kind of difficult.
Non-pair and Chun pair could call both of those potentially. Okay, and ends up cutting the 1, 2 anyway. That is a terrible hand. You know, I know it's a bad hand because I counted the number of even tiles and it came to 0.
Uh-oh. Usually that's a bad
I generally say if you have 1, it's a bad hand, but sometimes you get one of those where it's nothing. That's a really bad hand. Now it's turning into a Chitoichu and still on a single even numbered tile in that hand.
All right, we're doing it.
Up.
We're counting number of turns to even tile. I don't know the stats on that.
I gotta say, I don't know those either. That's another whiff. Chun, is that going to be called? Yes, it is. Not too much value here.
Well, there's door 2, actually.
Oh, yes, there you go.
And the south, potentially to make it Mongon.
8 goes back. Oh, you're right. That is a door 2.
But there's going to be Mongon one way or another. Big opportunity for Okubo.
2-mon pair could go Chutoi hedge with the 8. We'll do so. That's Chutoitsu Ishanten, I believe.
Yeah, kind of just also classically efficient as well. Unclear what the pair will be for this hand.
There goes the non. This is Tempai for Mongon waiting 2-pin, 5-pin. Did find the value in it. Oh, is this a Honitsu?
Could turn into Hoitsu.
It was not Chitoi Ishanten before because of the 2-2-3. Not a 1-2-3 or a... Yeah, it goes to the 2. Wants the Honitsu. I like this. For Mon. There's our even number tile. It was turn 6.
Whew.
Con.
Oh my. Flips. Too so. It's not relevant.
7 Mon doesn't help.
It turns out her 6-8 Mon was better than the Diamond.
Well, the Chitoi's getting there. I believe that's Ishanten 1, 2, 3, 4 pairs, so... Two Shunten, rather. 8, 9. Well, that's a Penchon. I imagine it's just always... No, folding. Never mind. Says, I don't really want to fight this.
Yeah, a couple notes here. We saw 2 calls, of course. That's threatening. But 2 calls along with a discard of a shape. 6-8 Mon got discarded in favor of something else. So definitely looks even closer to Tempai. And then there's the con, which also signals Tempai. So very threatening hand.
Well, the con also signals it's probably not Mongon, which is wrong, but usually you don't con if you already have Mongon. May instead be kind of baiting the table the other direction.
Oh,
obviously, I don't have it. Oh, and there it is!
Actually, I do.
Chun, Non, Dora, Mongon.
Yeah, 10,000 points closer to Kinoshita.
The rule on cons usually is you con for food, not for Han. And so it would make perfect sense if it were just the 2 Han or even 3 Han. But here it actually already had the 4 and was just going for the fancy Rinshan for the TV table. It's always an X factor to keep in the back of your mind. People wanting to make the flashy plays. It is a thing.
I mean, you flip yourself door 3, suddenly Sounds like you could be challenging for first right from that one hand. What do you know with the
Bit of
dealership?
a mess of a hand. I do not like this. Goes the 8. And you're giving up the 6, 7, 8 Saj go on turn 1. That tells you what is being thought of the hand there as well. 9-mon pair up. I still want to just go Honetsu with this. Shaw's kind of a hedge both ways. 9-mon goes back. 3. Decent float of his hand is not good. Yeah, I'm going to even just keep all these honors, hoping something pairs up and there's a route for the hand. Non-pair up. Okay, this may be call and go now. Chun doesn't do much immediately. Also, this is floating Tondora. 7 so is a nice fill. 6, 7, 8, 9, 9. 2, 4 here. 7, 9 doesn't really help. It's one of those where it's technically an upgrade, but it's not the direction you want to move the hand. 6-pin pair up. And now starts cutting the honors. 8 so goes back. 7-pin pair up goes to the Haku now. So plan A is on life support. May have to go to plan B, which is just call the Yakuhai and be done with it.
Which plan is Chitoi? C?
I
D?
think it's C for Chitoi.
Uh,
I think you just auto grade as an F regardless. Wait, is there a 7th letter? So it's a G. There you go.
7th letter, seven pairs.
There you go. Hatsu pair up. Okay, now this hand is at least workable. I go 6-pin, 6-pin. You figure the 9 is either a good safe tile or a good callable tile. Dora pair up. Now Ishunten for Riichi Pinfudora 2. We see the 2 has been called. Now Ishunten looks still looking for that south though.
Yeah, big question is going to be on the south call. Will Tempai be taken, or will you go for more?
Slight acceptance with the 4-mon keep, but not a whole lot. Ooh, how much do you leave it Itsu? The answer is not at all. 1 so. Ooh, full greed for the Horitsu.
Once immediate follow, twice cut now.
3, 4, 5. Ishanten still could have pulled the Hatsu. There is that 4, so doesn't do anything. Ooh, nice little fill, but the hand is still just so slow.
Dora.
Oh, and out goes the Dora. And we might see that being followed, but not now. There's going to be a Pinfudora 2 and a Riichi. That is Mangan. Okubo looking to overtake Kinoshita here with a Riichi Pinfudora 2.
Damatsumo is enough to overtake, but Okubo wants to be able to overtake
It's
with
East
her own.
3. We don't have to worry about it in East 4.
Or South 3, rather.
Yeah, South 3. This may be a chase. Will Dama here waiting on Hatsu 9-so. No win on the 9-so, though, unless it's Sumo.
Yeah, South came out. It was too late. Porori says no. Now, well, there's a Riichi on board.
Sumo on the Hatsu. Should have Riichi'd. Still will pick up Sumo Hatsu.
And the Riichi stick, importantly shutting down the big Mangan hand from Okubo.
And taking the stick from Okubo. Now a 9,000 gap. Kinoshita looking to pass the dealer here. Pick up those 3 points for Team City Plus.
But as you said, the Dama win means that there still is an opportunity. The gap only 9,000 points. So Okubo can surpass with Utsumo. Could even hit a...
Mangan Sumo range is doable, but that's a reasonably fast hand. Might even just call Hatsu or even pay. It's a much slower hand, but a much more conventional Pinfu. This has Tanya written all over it, but maybe looking for a little more. But same, this is Porori, who probably just needs to accept 3rd place. It's much easier to fall to 4th than it is to get out of 3rd with a scoreline like this. 9-pin creates a penchant with the 8-9 and says, no, I don't want the penchant. Penchants are bad.
Give me something better. Speaking of
One
penchants.
pin. Well, yeah, here it is. 1, 2, 4, 4, 4, 7.
Would you-
6 so. Now I've got 2, 4, 6, 7. Maybe even going Tanya with it. 4 so pair up, moving towards Hitoitsu. 5, 6, 7. 5 pin. Okay, maybe we'll work towards Tanya now, which again, where Porori is in the scores. Porori just wants Tanya. 1 Han is perfectly fine. It's so hard to overtake with this scoreline.
Yeah, exactly. Just under 17,000 point gap is not even Mongon Direct will do this, even with a 2 Dora. So
Yeah, you need someone to generously donate their Riichi stick to you. And there is our Poland for Hatsu. Kinoshita says, well, I don't really want to win the hand, but I also don't want any of you to win the hand. So if we ever got to taking it, we will do so. 6 is a great fill here. Cuts the 5 so, still has the 1, 2 to get rid of later. Oh, the 3 so is a great fill. Problem is, it still has the East-East. I think 9-pin is the standard cut here, but instead going with the 2.
yeah, reached Sumodora good enough for Mori to take over 3rd place.
Six pin, I think I'd go 1, 2. Could also go 4 mon.
Tough to drop the Dora, though. Still, I guess at this stage...
Aku pair up.
Oh my.
Some value definitely building there. 5 pin, that's a nice upgrade. Shunten.
Perfect. He shunt them.
2 mana is worthless. Should be the 3. And yeah, continues cutting the pair. 2 mon, not a very good floater here. Doesn't really do much. And it goes back. 9, that is Tempai. Could Dama here if you cut the Dora, and will do so. Is Pinfu Dora 1.
Yeah, really telling right now. 1 pin, 2 pin, and then the Dora coming out of his hand. You might even read the Dama.
5 so, doesn't do anything here. 5 mon goes back. And there it is.
Yeah, Mori cannot...
Says, I don't need anything fancy here. Porori says, give me my 2,000. Let's take our 3rd and keep the place they are. You see Okubo a little disappointed there. We'll have to accept a 2nd place overall. But the winner is Kinoshita. They're with the 46,000. Okubo in 2nd place with 2 points. Porori there says, okay, fine, we got it. And Mori is just sadness staring down at the table.
Yeah, a situation where Mori just has to fight, even if he suspects the Tempai. And doesn't lose anything to deal in there. Was at 0, stays at 0.
Yeah. 4th to 4th, again, the point score, the raw points are just not important in this format. There's a slight tiebreaker at the end, but you have to play to a condition. And that's what the entire tournament is teaching you, is how to play to your conditions in South 3 and South 4. It is pure placement.
All right, well, that was Team 4 Seasons picking, but first, let's take a look at the standings after Game 2, and we'll see how that affects things. Oops, let's do the ones for Game 2. All right, so Orpheus still at the top.
Keeps a 5-point gap up there, and City Plus, again, we keep saying raw points not important. City Plus proving it with the negative score in 2nd place overall.
Yeah, both
but
of
with
those
15 points, Real Partner 14, 4 Seasons in 4th with 13.
Right, Orpheus Real Partner both picking up 1st places. 4 Seasons jumping up a bit as well.
Well, with that, I think we have another game coming at a new commentator. A couple of WRPM pros here. I think we're going to have our JPML pro here. It is Jenn.
Jenn.
Welcome.
What's up, everybody?
Yeah, we have a strange order of commentators today, a little outside the norm, but we get Jenn for game 3. It's going to be a lot of fun. And this last game is going to be pretty cool for some very fun reasons related to something I think you're going to be bringing up. Of course, mid-game.
I can't be on a mic without bringing it up probably for the next 2 months, so just strap in, everyone. Oh, look, it's the M League World Reach 2026 US Tour happening in Vegas, June 26th through 28th. And then we're moving to New York City for June 29th through 30th. It's going to be an insane schedule. And we've been saying the 26th is a press conference, 27th, 28th is a tournament, but we also just announced that there's going to be a reception on the 26th as well with welcome drinks and hanging out. I think that's the technical term for it.
Hanging out, meet and greet?
To play on. Yeah. I mean, the actual meet and greet is on Saturday night with the after hours, so it's a bonus meet and greet.
Sure.
Just more and more announcements for this thing every single day. And I still have like a whole list of things that we can't announce yet that are super exciting, so...
Just preparing for next week's big announcement, whatever that's going to be. There always seems to be something you're talking about.
Right?
The big goodie bags recently. President of JPML.
Yeah,
hopping on board. Gonna make the journey over. Corak said he's gonna try to make the Las Vegas events, which is going to be a big deal.
Oh wow! Yeah, because I think before he was saying only New York, but if he can make Vegas, that's some.
So no promises, but trying to make it work.
And there's going to be, I mean, we want all the World Reach pros to play in the event, right? It's a really special event it's the first like big collaboration event between World Reach. A lot of World Reach pros have played in events in Japan over the past few months, and Pro League and everything, but this is a big one in the US with M League. So we want everyone to play, and so that means we're going to also have some special commentary that I can't announce yet, but teaser for you. Everyone who comes to our streams gets little teasers as well. So it's going to be super exciting. I'm excited anyway. I can't stop being excited about this.
And not just the M-Linkers, we will also have Yumi Uotani, Hinoshi Yamai, Jenn Pro, of course, and Ryoei Hirano joining us at this event. It'll be a really good time.
Yeah, and Shigekazu Moriyama, who wasn't confirmed when this visual went out at the beginning of January, but has been confirmed now. Saw the tickets with my own eyes.
Alrighty then. Well, speaking of these players, we do have a very exciting session 3. Look forward to. Who's that?
All
As
right,
our East one.
Ryoei Hirano. A lot of players also know him from New York. Helped in teaching a lot of players, I think. Just around the end of the pandemic, maybe just before, and towards the, I guess end is kind of weird to say, but when things started opening up again. Also in the South Seat Kei Takahashi, who we've seen in this event last year, and also Sankei Shimun Cup all the time. Representing Team Trenders in the West Seat, Jun Nishikawa, who has been to, I think, all the WRCs. I'm not sure if he played in Tokyo, but has definitely been to the overseas ones. Went to Vegas in the last one in 2017. I mean, the last one that was in Vegas. The last event. Okay. Also was in, like, Vienna and all those places representing Team Sinfaro. And the North Seat, Mina Ando, representing Team Kaneman. We've also seen in this event and on the Sankei Cup. So yeah, we're getting faces. We've been streaming these long enough.
Certainly, the season has just started for the Saikyosen Team Battle, so we've been covering it so much. These faces are in recent memory. We'll be seeing her again, as well as a very exciting table of pros. Let's go ahead and hop straight in.
Yeah, basically, April is all Saikyosen for us. It's a really tough schedule for our commentators, but But we don't want to like leave these games, till next month or something when things have already happened. Is how I feel.
I'm excited. We've mentioned his name so much in the preview of the Las Vegas event. I haven't actually seen him play. I'm very excited to see how things go.
All right, and his first dealer has some openness and a pair already decided. When Takashi's hand also a few open-ended, so White Dragon is a pair there. You can see the team scores in yellow above the names. So we know what these players are going to be aiming for. Because as we get into it, especially when you have the top team Orfu, they're going to be sort of gunning for each other. And every team is going to try and at least be above Orfu, closer to first place.
Yeah, we've been talking about the positional battle that happens in these games with the placement scoring. However, as we get close to the ending, you might not only consider your own placement in the game, but also the placement of the teams that you're facing against and try to bury the team that's ahead of you into a lower score.
And the interesting thing is last year we had 17 teams. So one of the teams was 17 or 16, I can't remember,
16,
but
I
one of
think.
the teams, okay. And one of the teams was eliminated after the qualifiers. And this year there's no eliminations in the qualifying round. So any eliminations are going to come as we get into the playoffs in July, July, I think.
Carl's just reminiscing on that in game one. It was a very interesting twist that we'll be missing this time around, but could be good to see all the teams in the playoffs. 7 so could affect the upper so's. We'll just give up on the Dora now. Ishikawa not really making a secret about his play. 8 mon, 3 pin, 4 pin, 4 pin, 5 mon, 8 pin. Does not need those tiles of the suit.
Yano can upgrade to more of a perfect Ishanted shape, and that's what he'll do, getting rid of the middleweight there, the gut shot.
Akashi being in the awkward position of sitting to the left of this clear flush attempt. So you don't really want to drop so tiles that will help that hand along. You also are a little bit concerned about the honor tiles that haven't been seen yet as well. Ishanten for Hirano though.
That perfect Ishanten shape we were talking about. Any weight he gets will be open-ended.
Well, Tempai or Ando. Jam the 4 mon with a reach. Will do so.
And had a few options. I saw a possibility for Tanya if she had kept that 7 pin, but she chose to do an early cut for that, hoping that it would come out a bit easier.
Yeah, one of the problems with this Riichi is that the 8 pin has been discarded 3 times and she's got one in her own hand. So this only really waits on the 5 pin.
Might have been. I think when she discarded that 7, there were only 2 out, but could have been perhaps something to consider in making that 7 pin a pair instead.
Now, Hirano willing to jam out the 8 so with the 3 copies of the 7 so in his hand. Also, it's just Genbutsu. But that also means that he's not going to be able to incorporate the 6-9 so easily into his hand in the future. So he's locking the shapes in their current state. There's a Tempai, but has to drop the 5 pin. Will reach. And will deal in. No, though, just 2,000 points. And he will not even lose the Riichi stick that he was about to drop out. So, Ando will collect up to 32,000, taking the lead. Yeah, exactly. If the flush player certainly is going to have trouble using the 5 piece, so willing to take that chance. Takashi now will be our dealer. East to South Wind Dora. None present in hand. A number of awkward Tenchan and Kanchan shapes as well. Similarly, awkward shapes for Nishikawa. However, he does have a pair of the door, and he is sitting in the south seat as well. One door for Ando, but she will be unlikely to use it. Maybe Itsu Brewing for Takahashi. We'll see if that can be called in the Sozu. Ando with a pretty nice looking hand here confirms 1-mon pair. It's 2 away from Tempai already. One-mon could grow the mon shape. Currently 2 completed shapes there already, but you could treat that 3, 4, 4, 5 as 2 incompleted sequences, and then that could fix a lot of your weaker shapes elsewhere.
I think I saw a possible 3, 4, 5 Sanshoku in Takahashi's hand, hiding in there. I think she has too many blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, so a couple different 2-han Yaku available. Depends on how she draws. An improvement in the Sozu. Still holding on to that south, of course, and the White Dragon twice cut is just a safe tile at this point. Of course, it doesn't help either the Sanchoku or the Itsu, so it goes right back. Ooh, 4-pin. So that's a little bit of a trap on the 3-pin later. In this instance, with the 7-9 pin, if he does draw the 5, at least he'll have a Diankan shape 5-7-9 pin. Onko draw now. You could look towards a Junchan even. 7-mon, 4-mon. In fact, we'll even start with the 4-mon. Not even willing to accept a Tempai. Should he pair 1-2 pin or 7-9 pin? So if I'm going this direction, I'm going to get all the value. And now it does have all the value, holds the Damatem. Junchan for 3-han. We already got a 3-pin. We don't need 2 of those. 8-pin twice held in the hand of Takahashi, once held in the hand of Nishikawa. So it's 8-pin weight looking tough. Ando can even use an 8-pin herself. Oh no, the last copy held. And now Tempai for Nishikawa, Chanta, Sanshoku, Dora 2. One of the, we'll see the Riichi as well. Feeling like he's got to start applying some pressure.
But also, it's worth a lot. I think this was a Junchan hand.
It is, yeah, but
Yeah,
held the Dama for
the
so
one.
long.
Doesn't want to. Maybe also sometimes they do that when you don't want to fold. You don't want to be tempted to fold.
Hmm.
At least I do. Once you have no more decisions, unless you remember that you're allowed to con.
Now, one of the nice things about going for a Chanta hand is that you can use the Dora. So when you see a player opening up for a Chanta where an honor tile is the Dora, you start to suspect they're holding some copies. But we are not going to see a fold from Nishikawa with Mongon value and 2 copies of the Dora, so it's unlikely that Hirano has a Dora bomb of his own. Speaking of Dora, that's a second copy for Ando, but she has moved away from being able to play this one.
I think there's just no path to winning for Hirano here.
Yeah, certainly the 8-pin
All the eights tied up.
was not a safe looking tile against him, so he didn't want to reach in, make it look even more dangerous, but it even looks bad to the open hand as well.
Yeah.
Somehow Ando kind of got close to a hand, but would not jam the 9-pin.
She's got so many good tiles after folding.
It's really unfortunate when all your good tiles come once you've decided to stop playing the hand.
Yep. I always tell them, tile, you're late.
You're late. Come
In my
back
head.
next hand. Still
I
this...
think only 2 8-sos even that we saw. I think 2 were sleeping in the wall. There was one on the board and one in Hirano's hand.
A little nod of acknowledgement as both the players with outside hands find themselves tenpai.
I think every one of these teams is new this year. Team Trenders was actually, I think they renamed the BB Queens team,
Ah, I see.
but the other 3 teams are brand new.
I do not remember seeing Kanemon or frontrunners last season. Same for Sufaro.
Their logo is also a little bit similar to the BB Queens. I feel like that looks like a tiara or a crown.
Well, with the draw in the last hand, Takahashi was not able to maintain her dealership, so we will move into East 3. It will be Nishikawa who gets the first discard and has made that first discard, dropping away the honor tiles. 9-pin Dora, another tough to use Dora tile. I don't know if we'll see more outside hands. This is not easy to play either. More honors. Ando with perhaps a more natural looking handle of 2 Kanchan and Penchan shape in the Manzu. And hello, Dora 3. Well, I would say advantage not only in value, but in shape to Ryoe Hirano.
Nishikawa's hand looks like it should have been a Kokushi. This keeps getting more honor tiles.
I actually had a hand.
Oh, and Dude does the same thing. Not going for Kokushi. Somebody tell Nishikawa we're trying to clip farm here.
I was playing a quick Tompu earlier today and made my first 6 cuts. When I looked at my hand and my pond, I would have had 11 tiles in a pair by turn 6. And suddenly regretted my decision.
Gotta look for it. I'll never forget this one hand in Pro Queen where I would have won with Kokushi for sure. And it was a rare, rare time when I did not hedge it from the beginning because usually.
And that was the last
Usually
time Jenn
once
ever
you win,
stopped.
it comes to me. Yeah, yeah, it's true.
And from then on,
I learned my lesson.
turns out Kokushi's pretty good. Even when it's unlikely you'll get it.
I like to say that Koshi is the unlucky Yakuman because you have to have really bad draws and really bad starting hand to get Kokushi. And that is something that I have lots of experience with.
Well, Hirano is getting quite lucky, I would say, in this situation. 6 a pair, but not the one he's looking for. Yishan 10, technically headless, so can draw 2 so, 3 so, and his other pair up the other incomplete shape as well. Could also just make a sequence and then trim away from that Tumon triplet and have a nice 2-sided weight. In East 3, the score is very close, so still looking for that breakaway hand, Yano. Definitely the opportunity here. It is not a useful tile once again. Five, there we go. One so four so looks good. So we'll slam the two, Mon, reach Dora 3. Biggest chance that we've had so far today outside of his Junchan in the last hand. Competing Junchan and Chanta hands. Both of them were Mongon. Neither could win. How about this time around? 5 so no go. Couple of the 4 so's held here. Also one of the 1 so discarded. 4 tiles live. Still quite strong. Oh, sorry, 5 tiles. I see 2 of the 1 so discarded. So only 3 remain in the wall.
3's starting to sound pretty good considering Hirano's hand last round.
That's true. 3 is better than 0. For other players, you definitely get a little suspicious about the value of that hand when you see that the first cut was the Dora indicator 8-pin. A lot of times players will hedge that Dora acceptance for as long as they can, but when you drop such an important tile as the 8-pin early, you start to wonder if maybe they started with a pair. Certainly that was the case in this situation. Players dutifully folding 1 so, not leaving the hand. So when you make this Riichi, you aim for it small. One more chance here. Cannot find it. The 6 so. And safely Ryukoku reached. One player Tenpai, of course. Hinano. 2 of the weights dead-walled. Which might be an average number of tiles for an open-ended Riichi like this. Still, that will put him temporarily in a tie for first place. And the dealership will pass to Ando. We have 2 Riichi sticks, 2 Honba in the middle of the table. Looking at a somewhat awkward high pie here, singletons of the South, East, and White Dragon, overlapping Suji terminals, and Kanton shapes, only 1 Liamen, so tough start for Ando here. 1 Dora and a completed shape for Hirano, but his 2 uncompleted shapes are both weak. Great hand for Nishikawa, maybe the best hand of the bunch. Continue to chew through these honor tiles. Gosh, you can accept the Dora, but does not contain very strong shapes yet in this hand either. Slow all around except for Nishikawa, who already has 2 completed shapes and draws a second Dora. Fantastic start. Could be his big chance. And he doesn't even necessarily need to reach for it either. Depending on how the draws come through. Could be a Tanyao.
No need to reach. It's right in front of you.
Yeah, will indeed 9-pin early. And move in the direction of using just the central tiles. 6-pin. Oh, what a fantastic draw. Now your shapes are all but secure. As 6667 is super strong. We'll start with a 5.
It's like the super 6-7. 6667.
Yeah, it always underlines the dealer. Oh, we will see the fast Riichi 1-4 so.
That's what they say. Do you know that phrase?
Oh, what's the phrase?
Early reach is 1-4 so.
Interesting. I have not heard that.
That's actually you don't hear it as much these days, but that was almost like a theory back when um, there were a lot of occult theories.
So if I see that early Riichi, then I just throw everything but 1-4 so, and I'm guaranteed to not deal it, right?
Yep.
It's almost a liability to reach you that early. You're just giving up your weight.
And if anyone who discards the 1-4 so to an early reach is clearly noob. Never heard that phrase before.
Guess I'm a noob. Oh, we're gonna see a chase though. Ando finds Tenpai. Riichi Pinhu as the dealer. Does not know just how valuable the hand is that she's going up against. But trying to shut it down. Maybe flip some Ura. Tough defensive
Wish the
task.
score banner indicated who we're watching as it changes. Yeah, it is a little bit harder in this in the Saikyosen Team Battle. I believe on Sankei they do have the names, but maybe they don't. Maybe it's only the JPML, like the newer JPML streams. But even then, it's in kanji, so it is something you really have to get used to when watching these games.
Just have to either memorize the nail polish or use the photos. Oh, 6-0 comes out. That's going to be Ippatsu in. No Ura, but the Ippatsu's going to do some work. Ando, Riichi Pinhu +1. And quite unfortunate for Nishikawa, who had a brilliant hand. Tons of value. First to Tenpai. And that does not matter when the dealer chases you down. All those Riichi sticks collected as well.
And also, he just told everyone what his weight was with her.
That's true. That's why Ando could comfortably jam the Wetmon against that, right?
Yep.
It's not 1-4 Mon.
Just the Sozu. It's only Sozu.
Wow, nice 7 Mon is one of the last pulls. Monzu looking great. The Pinzu looking great. The Sozu are pretty decent. So Tanya Dora 1 is the look here from Ando. Ooh, triplet of red dragons.
That's true, dude. It is a good way to like learn and get used to Japanese kanji by watching these matches.
Green dragon. How long do we dream about these dragons? You can start with the 1 pin. Yeah.
Yeah,
After all, why shouldn't I?
Flush. Definitely hedge a flush in the Dora suit. You don't have to commit yet. You got lots of time to forget to commit to anything.
1, 3, 3, 5, 7, 9. So a little bit of an awkward collection of odd numbers.
See? More Manzu.
That's the thing with no red 5s. Flush becomes pretty powerful. Decision to be made. Could 6-0 and continue to hedge. We'll play for the wider acceptance. In the end, the 1 Mon might not be the most pivotal tile for a future flush, but certainly not necessarily going to force it, and that's why it's kept. All right, we're building more towards a natural hand. Oh, 9-so swap there. I didn't want that, not so I want this 9-so. Haka comes in too late to dream about dragons, but we'll continue to build for Yako Haidora 1. Diamond created. This is not really a fighting hand in its current state for Nishikawa, so we'll just break away. Similarly, Hirano struggling a bit. Three pin is a great draw. Really adds some life to this hand. Ando's gotten stuck despite the really fast set of starting tiles. Has not really drawn improvements here. So this has allowed Takahashi to catch up with this Haku Palm. Ishanten looking for the 7-mon and either 4-pin or 6-pin. Well, 6-mon does technically add some tiles, but Ando prefers to lock in the Tanyao shapes and hold a safer dragon. So 3 pairs now. What to do? Don't really want to drop the 7-mon. So it's going to be 3-mon instead. Seven-mon, of course, door adjacent and moves you in the direction of 789 Sanchoku. Three-pin is similarly going to go back. We lost the 4 already. We're in that position where everyone's just getting stuck. Oh, a pair acquired. Now we have Yamen shapes for Nishikawa. This is looking good. And finally, an improvement for Ando, Ishanten. Anku draw, Ishanten as well. Hirano refuses to cut that 7-mon, and for good reason. But Dora pair for Takahashi, she finds something better than the penchant fill.
Ishikawa draws a 7.
That stops on it.
It's floating. It's floating.
Does not like that look. You have, of course, an open hand that has just dropped a door adjacent tile. Well, second Dora, where Ando holds towards that 7-mon. Another pair. 5 out. Notably, he did drop that earlier and it cleared. But the 9-mon that followed could have been a switch from 7-9 to 6-7. So not necessarily a safe tile, but it does go through.
And a 6 will deal into the Takahashi. Long gone hand.
Yeah, certainly the Mons are looking a bit dangerous, but Sozu seemed pretty clear. Does not stop you from having a pair, though. A pair weight in the Sozu will end up dealing in, and all those Dora. That's being a big result for Takahashi, who takes the lead, 36,400. Ando goes back to even, and we move to the South rounds. Hirano opens up a so-so hand. Couple pairs. Couple diamond shapes. Not bad. 8-pin Dora can be accepted into a shape here. Takahashi, but another collection of honor tiles to start chewing through. Ishikawa, 1 completed set and a penchant. Ando, another completed set, a penchant and a pair. Penchant is the Dora penchant as well, so 7-pin. A really critical tile in this hand. 1 is the door indicator, 1 here held by Takahashi. Really tough tile to expect to fill. South pair, that is double south for Takahashi. Can open up for Tuhan. Plus, she should be able to use the door as well. So 3 on hand, respectable in this position, and completes a sequence now, moving ever closer to the Tenpai. 5, so a beautiful middleweight fill. We'll see the West come out for now. Hanging on to that South, not allowing the double South call just yet. Still working through the less usable honors. The extension, the Pinzu, though, will cause the South to come out, and the pawn goes through before Ando can draw the tile.
All right.
Oh, what a gorgeous pin shape now. We'll cut away from the 4 pin and hang on to the door 8. You could extend up to that 8 with a 7 pin draw.
Thought I got away from the allergies, but the cedar went out, and now the cypress is in, and apparently cypress is also. Oh man, I keep muting to blow my nose. Sorry, everybody.
It is indeed allergy season. Wish those with allergies all the best as they struggle through the springtime.
It's a struggle.
Okay, Takahashi has called it double South and now breaking away from the door shape. In this case, if she draws a door, it will likely be the pair of her hand. North-north, moving towards Tanyao, and could be some fancy final weight from Nishikawa. Perhaps a 7-pin, 8-pin. Would love to see it. It's one of my favorite shapes. 2-mon, close, but not quite it. Imagine drawing the 6-mon into Tenpai. And the 8-pin win gives you Sanchoku as well as Dora 2. So that's not it. Back it goes. 3-mon, 6-mon, 7-pin, 8-pin are the important tiles here. Ooh, what a beautiful fill. The middle 4-mon for Ando will choose to wait on the door indicator. Well, I don't know if choose the correct word, but forced to wait on this for some big time value. Riichi Ihii Dora. This is technically a wider Ishanten, but does not want to jam a door into this Riichi, so 1 pin just goes back.
And that 7-pin jumps right into Hirano's hand after the reach. I think there's 1 left in the wall right now.
Yeah, it's going to be tough for him to play this hand as well. 2-pin clears. Not so much showing in the pond of Ando just yet. Could be a little bit of a tough defensive job, but 1 so, 2 so should probably go through. Oh, Dora 2, and here we go. We're going to see the chase Riichi. Tanyao, Dora 2 with potential Sanchoku on the 6-mon draw. 5-pin will go through. Couple of the 3-mons held here. Three, 6 here. And Ipatsumo! Riichi Ipatsumo, Tanyao, Dora Dora Ura! What a monster hand. Hanemon for Nishikawa, and suddenly he is back.
Hanemon on the cheaper side.
Hanemon on the cheap side, it's incredible. Collects the Riichi stick from Ando as well. This is going to be a first place overtake from 4th.
Played with Nishikawa a fair amount at JPML's WRC League, WRCR League, and that's a typical hand, I'd say, for... He is a scary guy to have at the table.
So far, it was Hirano who ate the Oyakabudi. Has had a couple big hands, but it's been Nishikawa who's been able to convert on the wins.
Welcome back, Kip. I'm back too. I came back and it was Jenn.
8-mon Dora East paired up by Takahashi in addition to the Haku, but no real flush ideas in this hand, so we'll just be playing naturally from here on. 8-mon door, so 7-mon is a good connector. Haku held temporarily south out first. Takashi has 2, 3, 4 Sanchoku ideas. Pair acquired. And now a triplet for Ando. Wonder how much she's thinking about moving towards a pin flush. Another pair, but Nishikawa says, no thanks. I already got my pair. And this is a pretty close score position. I don't know that Nishikawa wants to take a Riichi with a bad weight and bad value. Still going to hold on to one copy of the 1 pins because there's a 1, 2, 3 Sanchoku idea. I was talking about this on the World Riichi League stream yesterday, but yeah, one of my favorite things is to break a pair, but hold onto one of those tiles.
A good sticky tile. And maybe a little bit of camouflage if it's cut early enough.
He's got Forso back. There are some small Jinshan ideas in here. It's a pretty big draw. 2-mon into 4-mon. We are getting ever closer to that flush. I think now the only thing that could stop it is maybe a Dora draw. But Forso pickup, 2 to 4 Sanchoku is live. We also have G2 ideas, 4 pairs. Ooh, 5 so pair. Well, Sananko could be another reason to not play for the flush. Two pin there's our Sanchoku draw. Oh, and there is the 5 so Anko draw. It is Sananko opportunity. Ichi on the board. 9 pin east weight. 9 pin has not been discarded. Haku Anko. Oh, this is a hand you want to fight, but you're in second place against a third place Riichi. 3 so. Jamming it out. Chi. Breaking Ipatsu, also Ishanten.
And found that 1, 2, 3 Sanchoku shape as well.
Can he jam 7 pin with an 8 pin declaration tile? No. 9 months.
It's asked and answered.
Maybe one of those hands where you make the play, and if you see the 7 pin up come out, then you can play for it. But other than that, you will just back away. And now, tough decision again for Takahashi. Can she cut both 3 pin and 4 pin against this Riichi? Until that declaration tile, the only suit that had come out is the Silzu and the Monzu. So instead, she will try the East. But that's actually what Ando was looking for. Should be a relatively safe tile. Normally, Otakaze, but it does deal in just for 1600. No big Ura hit, no Saranko because there was not a Tsumo. And with that, Takashi will remain in second place, but will lose her dealership. It's always frustrating to me when I give up on my big value hand and then deal in anyway, because the safe tile just deals in.
Yeah, it's called Oriuchi. Means when you deal in when you're folding. And I think it's pretty universally considered to be the worst dealing in the world.
If I just pushed, they never would have won. Ishikawa now gets the dealership and holds the lead as well, so opportunity to make this gap wider, opportunity for other players to sumo something mid-sized or even large and knock him down. Saipai does contain 1 copy of the Dora. See somewhat mediocre shapes. Not too many Diamond. No complete shapes just yet. Triplet though for Ando, 9 so confirmed. Advancing a step closer. Or so. All right, our completed shape is the easiest one to fill. And that means we're going to have to make some decisions. Let's just start with the 2, actually, and hold on to the honor tiles. Maybe with these weak shapes, feels like pairing up a Yakuhai will be a faster route. Important 7-pin draw here confirms the Dora shape. And now we'll start to chip away at some more honor tiles. Great 7-mon fill. Now, 5-6-mon diamond left over for the hand of Hirano. Does also have the ability to call open, but I think he prefers to Riichi here with a scoreline.
Double Gutty, he upgrade, he'll take it.
Definitely aiming for the reach. Paimon, Ipeko improvement. Could also hang on to this to think about a shampoo weight or make the Hatsu draw better, but just confirms the Ryankan shape 246, so wants that to fill in first. South, no good. Takahashi also stuck on this 135 pin Ryankan shape. Little swap of the 1 so for a 4 so could lead to an Ipeko improvement later in the game, although Ando holding a couple of the 5 so that are so necessary. And here you go, you've got a Tempai, will not take it. Aim for Tanyao instead. Wants to do better than Richinomi here with a bad weight.
I think actually this is... I see that on the board is... I don't know, that East pair up would definitely tempt me into a mid-game flush shift.
Yeah, I guess she didn't like it because she discarded 1 on the first discard. But you know, you could always pawn it again later.
I mean, it kind of looks like it's just going to be your pair.
Right?
And she still has the north to back it up. And like you said, it can also be pawned, so... I don't know, I'm okay. It seemed it felt a little bit early to like fold. So I'd probably try and use it. And then I'd probably get backfired on. But
Yeah, I mean, she definitely gave it some careful consideration. Might turn into some Chanta hand instead. We'll see. Haku also has been discarded already, so back it goes. But pawn made. Dealer now can take Tempai with a 9-pin cut. Does not. We'll play for the door instead. Hirano as well holding onto the Dora in a hand where he is lacking a pair. Dora certainly a viable option. Ishanten or Takahashi Kutsuki looking to stick something preferably towards the Chanta side. The 2-so, I believe it was. But I think the 5-pin also connects with Itsu ideas, so either way is going to be a pretty happy draw. So back feels pretty natural here. You can pull 1-mon or chi 2-mon to find yourself Dora Tanki Tempai. Now, there's a Yamen improvement. However, 8-so's already been discarded by himself and 3 times in total, so I think the 7-so back is quite natural. 6-so technically a wider tile, but it's not the value keep. And she's already discarded a 7-so before. Once again, the 8-so is not a very good draw either, so back that goes. Another Tempai refused. Ishikawa will hold this 9-pin till the end of time. He also has pin tiles that he can call. 8-pin, the 4-pin as well, the 7-pin to a Tempai that uses the Dora. So really holding on to that flexibility. And here we go. Chanta Tempai. Dama has the Suji trap, but likes the closed 52. 5,200 points.
Will this bring Takahashi into the 3-so cult?
Does the 5-so change her mind about Riichi? We'll see.
Not yet. It's called.
Antopon, this is Noyaku. Just try to find a tempai here as we're getting late into the hand. 7-pin, a suspicious tile. But this hand is worth fighting for. Chi, as expected. Nishikawa will take the 8-pin. Wait, safe tile for Ando. Hirano, is this a tempai? Is it a so tile? It is, but you have to drop the Dora. In this score position, is it worth it? No Dora visible. It could so easily be a Tonki weight or a Shampoo weight. He'll try it though. He'll risk it. He chooses the 3-so weight just as Takahashi is, but she finds it first. The Damatsumo for Bangan will nab the stick as well. Takahashi will claim first place in South 3, going to South 4. Whew,
That
was my weight.
Speedy game. I know. And just reach, it really feels like sort of a waste of the reach stick.
Yeah, you make
I
the
think
brave
that's a good
play,
play,
you
but
push the Dora, and you do not get rewarded.
get like kind of slapped in the face by that wall, I would say.
And now we
That was
have a
rude.
very tense final round, as is almost always the case here in the Saikyosen Team Battle. Ando, the dealer, in third place currently, holds on to a marginal 4,100 point lead over Hirano. And she is pretty close, 6,500 away from catching up to second place in Nishikawa. And of course, she can repeat as many times as she wins, or at least is in Tepai for at Ryukyoku. Takashi holds on to the
Especially
win.
because there's no time limit.
Right? Any win for her will end the game in first place. Speaking of Takashi. But this is a really fast looking hand for Ando. Already a couple beautiful shapes. I'm not even going to call them complete because they can be thought of as incomplete shapes that are looking good. Takashi as well, a very strong start. It's going to be a race between these two, I feel. You don't know, the Manzu are a bit awkward. Ishikawa. Every shape is awkward. If Takashi gets Tanyao cheese, I think, we'll see those made. Ishantam. Ooh, 3-mon, such an important draw. Fixes a lot of problems. There's Dora 2 for Takahashi. This Tanyao doesn't even need that value, but you'll take it. Ando, though, technically Tempai on this 9-pin, but she's looking for a better weight. Three-mon, Tempai drawn, 2-5-mon, taken. This could be the game ender right here. 6-so multi-sided. Is 3-6-so good enough? Oh, she chooses the 9-pin Tonki instead. Says that looks good in the wall. What a move.
There's one out. One out already, but
Yeah, the 7 pins from
fair number of
Takahashi.
tiles around it out.
The 6-8 pin from Nishikawa. It looks like they're not using a 9 pin. Looks like it's live in the wall. Pei would have also been a pretty sweet weight. Here's continued fold from Hirano. Ando certainly would have loved the Ipeco improvement. Could not find 1 pin or 4 pin. Said, I cannot wait any longer. Takashi will continue to jam against this. As you can see 2 of the Dora, so... Oh, there it is! Sumo! Ando made a fantastic wall read. How about Uda? Misses on those. It doesn't matter. Riichi Sumo, 1,000 all is going to extend the dealership.
And she's definitely within, I think, Mangan's range of first place now as dealer.
Absolutely.
Any Mangan, actually, I think. Just barely makes it.
I was referencing my Tompu that I played earlier today. I also made a wall read on the 9-pin and slammed 9-pin Tonki. My game went to Ryukyoku as the 2 remaining 9-pins were both dead-walled. That is the difference in skill between Ando and myself.
Yes, it's not just, is it in the well, but how deep is it in the well?
Exactly. I need to learn how to manipulate the wall to make my lead live. Tough hand here for Hirano. I mean, after that Ando Tsumo, the gap widens, still within Mangan Sumo range, but it is a tougher challenge than before, and the Hype not really cooperating. Takahashi, this is workable. She can find the game-ending win, but 9-so indicates maybe a play towards the Tanyao. Let's start with 1-9, so we'll see what our next draw is. Indeed. 9-so. All right. So Tanyao on the brain. Same for Ando, though, with a number of pairs as well. Nice 5-pin for Hirano. Takahashi, 1 pin. Okay, well, maybe it's just a Riichi. Consider 3-mon, consider a So tile. Yeah, that with a 7, so the 1 pin, a really awkward draw. It was always going to be a sticky point in the hand for the Tanyao plan. A 2-3-4 shape.
Picks up a 3-mon for the 1-2-3 Sanchoku shape.
2-mon could go back. Nope, just throws it back.
Just went away.
Pair acquired.
Yeah, really good shapes actually for that. There's one, I mean, you have the one middleweight, but the value that that middleweight gives you.
Confirmed value.
And the open-ended on the other side, yeah.
Eight pin. That is a little bit of an issue with the 9-pin earlier discard. In fact, we'll just drop that whole shape back.
Kind of unfortunate because there was definitely a 6-7-8 Sanchoku right there.
Hello, 5-so, Tempai. No Riichi here. Would you Riichi this a game-winning hand?
I gotta see the weight one more time.
Yeah, it's just that 7-mon
It's a middleweight, right?
middleweight. Definitely awkward.
Does not look that good for her hand. I mean, it doesn't look like a good weight for her hand. It looks like something everybody will just hoard if she reaches.
And she has the 4-pin draw that will allow Tanyao play. 5-mon, of course, to the Yamen. Still alive. One of those spots where you've got enough draws that will help you out. The 7-mon, tough enough for other players to discard that. Give a better chance just waiting.
She can shift up to Tanya. She can shift down to an open-ended. She can get something in the Sozu that might give her a temporary Tonki that she can shift away from. It seems like there's just a lot better future options.
All right, another Yamen pull. Right now the Haku's the pair, but no longer. There's a 2-3-4 Santoku chance now with a 4-pin cut later. And the 5-pin acting as the pair. Pon, Tempai, Pon not quite Tempai, Shantan. For Ando, one step closer. Not quite it for Hirano. Is that a 7? No, it's the 3 again. Back it goes. Ishikawa's been stuck looking for the 2-mon. Unfortunately for him, Ando holding a number of those. Well, you can switch to Tonki now.
That was a temporary Tonki possibility that I was talking about. But she wants to keep the door open for Tanyao, I think.
Two-mon. This would be a really important cut. Ishikawa does need a 2-mon. For his own hand. I wonder if we've hit the end of road 2 and she's considering just slamming the Riichi, even. Two-mon. Pon. Don't have the audio, so we don't know if Nishikawa would have called, but that will be a Tempai. It's not the right 7. Takashi has been stuck here. Could we see another repeat for Ando? 5, so 8, so. Finally an improvement for Hirano Ishanten. Still enough draws to make something happen here. Enough draws maybe for him to lose a Riichi stick. It's been quite unlucky with the Riichis so far today. Ormon came out, so even though the 2-mons are pretty depleted, he still will hold on to the shape. 3, so that's a Tempai. Would have to jam the door, but in this spot he's desperate. Pushes it through. Wills it through. No Ipatsu break. Will draw 5-mon. Finally the improvement here.
I was waiting for it, but now it's kind of like, why even reach here?
Yeah, she's in the lead. Giving it some careful thought, though. The 4-mon has come out a couple times.
I think she might have been happier with the 4-pin draw rather than the open-ended. It's a tough decision.
She kind of knows that Ando is going to be Tempai here as well, and would like to maintain the gap. But cannot do it. We'll drop the door instead. There is a path for her to get back to Tempai. Speaking of which, this is a Tempai. We'll see the 7-pin come out. West to save tile. Not a 3-pin or a 6-pin. 2 tiles remaining. Sorry, 1 tile for each player, rather, remaining. West just came out. Perhaps just making the decision if she sees 4-so or 5-so Pon into Tempai, would she take it? And I guess the answer is no.
I feel like she's thinking about what other players might call to get into Tempai.
That could be a consideration as well.
But she wanted an extra draw, or because without any draws left, it seems like Quest would be a sort of easy discard, so she had to be thinking of something else.
For sure. Definitely a few things to consider there. Do you try to drop a tile that Ishikawa can call so that you get another draw? Maybe, again, like you're saying, give somebody else Tempai so that Ando gets fewer points at Ryukyoku. Of course, you have to pay out more, in theory. If 3 players are tenpai,
Yeah.
you pay out 3,000. So maybe that's not exactly it. It could also be, as I was saying, the just making the decision on if she wanted to palm the 4 or the 5 so to get into tenpai herself. Wow, look at all those mon tiles. But Takahashi with the south pair could be another shutdown hand.
I want to count those mon. So it's another one,
Could we have
but it was 9.
Hoitsu Lianpeko? How about that? That would
It
definitely
was
get
9
first.
starting. You know, Kojima Takeo, before he passed away, used to say that if you have 8 of one suit in your starting hand, then God is telling you to go for a flush.
Well, 9, definitely then. Well, the thing is, this could
look
just
at
be Tanya. She has the Dora. Hirano also with 2 Dora. 2 Mon
I don't
Palm.
want to offend God,
Shantan.
and she won't.
Takahashi also speeding up Ishantan.
Yeah, looking for that south pawn for Takahashi.
And Ishikawa actually with realistic chances at getting to first place here. 789 Santoku viable. But the 5 Mon Chi Tenpai. It's 3 Mon 7. Tanya.
Which tiles do I cheat with? But not very many options this time. I think that 4 might stop Hirano in his quest for another outside hand.
Can you...
Zuko calls by the dealer. You do not...
There's also a 5-pin, 4-pin coming out from that hand. It's very suspicious. Okay, could switch to just the Mongon. Will thinks the 6 is better. Oh, she has a Dora, so already Hanemon.
Now it's time to count. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, south pawn, so that puts Takahashi Tenpai as well. 5, 6. So there's like 2 more left in the wall.
Takahashi choosing the Kanchan weight here, does not want to even think about a Mon weight. The 5 Mon is dead tile for her. So 7, so Kanchan weight will have more outs. But a 6 Mon draw would be a tragic draw at this point. Ishikawa hangs on to that 9 Mon. Well, this is a slightly better so shape now if you want to drop 5 pin. But then you lose your pairs out. We'll choose the wider so shape.
No Shaba weight for Takahashi. She knows that the 7 so is the best so. Just so. It's the best because it has its own name. It's one of the few tiles in the deck that has its own name. Like its own special nickname.
Oh, but I guess it was the Shaba. Who could have known?
Okay, sounds pretty good too, I guess.
Five so out. 7 Mon. That's a problem. Can't do anything but push it. Improved shape now 147. Now it feels like Takahashi's got a big advantage.
Yeah, just floating in Nishikawa's hand too, the force of.
Sal has already been pulled by Takahashi. That is her route to victory. Three-sided weight. Could you possibly draw one of the two remaining 6-9 mon before 1 or 4 or 7? 7 mon dutifully holding from Nishikawa. Willing to accept second place. If he knew...
Yes, senpai for Hirano.
We'll
Wants
see
to
it.
reach.
6 mon Hatsu. 1 green dragon discarded.
I think there's 2 left. 1 left. Oh, yeah, 2 left in the wall for each of them, I believe. I think there's 1 6, 1 9, and 1 Hatsu.
4 pin goes through. Ando gunning for first place. And now the question posed to Takahashi. 2-so right next to the declaration 3-so. Can you dare jam it? Do you switch to Shabo? The 6-so should be a little bit safer.
The 3-so is Genbutsu, right?
Yep,
So
3-so Genbutsu. That's maybe a better option than the 6-so. I mean, you are just waiting on the 2-so at that point, but at least you're not dealing in and giving up your first place. From this lead, she will rely on Hirano to win himself. Or get the miracle 2-so. Ando, big draw. 1 pin, that goes through. 6 mon Sumo the Dora! The last copy in the wall finds the Hatsu as the Ura indicator. Nichi Sumo Dora-san. It's a Mangan. That's going to take over. Gets the 10,000 point swing needed on Ando, and also collects the Riichi sticks as well. Nishikawa drops below 30,000 points, and by 200, Hirano is going to take a second place. What a win. Takahashi confirms first place plus 3 points after folding properly. But Hirano, after struggling all game long with the Riichis, finally pulls one in, and it's the Mangan that he's looking for second place. Although an unfortunate fourth, but well fought.
But you have to push when you're in that position, especially when only position matters. There's the actual points don't matter if you get more into last place. It doesn't actually hurt your team that much. But those placement points are just massive. Even just one placement point is massive in these standings.
Well then, if you want to see more of action like that from Ryohei Hirano, you can check out the US Mahjong Tour collaboration with Endling. He will be there at Las Vegas and New York for that fantastic event. What an exciting finish from him.
Yeah, and he will be playing. I'll get chances to him at both the Las Vegas tournament and there's some. I think the East End Showdown is where you'll get to play with him in New York on the Tuesday of that tour.
So you're telling me I too can get Gyokuten in all last?
Yes.
Fantastic.
You have that opportunity.
All right, well, with that final game in the books, let's take a look at our standings to close us out. One last peek. Let's see where we will be going to before next week's continuation of the season. All right, Orpheus, we saw they had just picked up 3 points in the last game to get up to 20. However, they did not earn any points this time around, so stuck at 20. City Plus, though, did grab another 3 points. They're finally in the positives in terms of the tie-break earned points, and definitely in the positives in terms of the total table points. 18 of them in second place. Trenders nabbing that first we just saw, so grabbing up to 16 points for seasons. The second place will go up to second, 2 points up to fourth place now.
Gaining on Orpheus, that's exactly the situation that all the teams need is Orphu gets last place every time and everyone else starts to creep up on them. Frontrunner also, the Hirano's team was at 8 points and now has crept out of last place.
Yeah,
or tied for last place.
From 9 to 11, we'll be a little bit safer and moving in towards that red zone, that playoff round 1 table C group. Definitely want to be higher up and maybe climb all the way up.
Although, like, no teams are going to be eliminated in the qualifying round, there is something for pretty much every team to play with until the very end. Say maybe when you get down to 11th and 12th place, it gets a little bit harder to find things to play for if there's going to be a huge difference between 12th and 11th. But when you're in that 2nd through 8th place position, you're either going to be playing to try and move up one or not move down to the lower bracket, because the closer you are to the first place in these rankings, in these standings, the closer you are to first place, the better position you get in the playoffs. So Table A, the teams from Table A are going to have to play every round of the playoffs, while if you're on Table C, you're only going to have to play the last two. Table D, you only have to play the last one, so you get more and more chances to make it to that final table, the better you do in this qualifying round.
All right, well, still a lot of sessions yet to go. I believe you said 5 sessions this time around before the playoffs, and we are only halfway through session 2. When will we be watching more of the continuation?
The next stream will be the normal Thursday, Friday stream, and I think we're going to add a Saturday one to catch up since we had to take a day off for World Reach League. I don't know which Saturday we're going to do an extra Saturday sometime in April. I'm looking at this coming week, but we'll see what our availability is.
All right, so maybe some more Saikyosen Team Battle this week, going into this weekend.
We're definitely going to go Thursday, Friday this week. So it's just when we can add a Saturday stream to catch up.
All right, well, folks,
we have 3 days. I finished 1, 2. Yeah, we already have a fair number of games in the queue, so that we already have the videos for. So we want to get those to you before they become, old and obsolete.
Sounds fantastic. Well, we look forward to seeing everybody next week, next Thursday, for the continuation of this session, and also for session 3. We're catching up quickly. Tons of action.
In the meantime, I cannot get a hold of co-host Garth, so I'll look again at that schedule. At the very least, you'll get to play like a pro on the JPML channel today, and of course, every Thursday or Wednesday in the US, we have the Escape on International Bilingual podcast. There it is. Look. So it's actually noon JST now, the daylight savings, the winter times. We're now in daylight savings times, but it's always 8 p.m. Pacific every week. So you can go by that. And we're going to also be the MCs at the Las Vegas tournament. So you can get to know us, so it's an even more exciting event when you get there. Have you watched this at all, Nathanael?
I've not been able to watch many times. It is on Armal broadcasting night, but I do know people that do enjoy watching this regularly, so they say it's great.
Yeah, I did try to do a little bit of a later time, so didn't overlap too much with the Armal broadcast. I think Armal broadcast is usually a little bit, it starts earlier,
Yeah,
right?
a little earlier.
Yeah, so it's just so many fun things to broadcast now that we cannot we can't avoid scheduling things overlapping all the time. But these are VODs, so I would recommend you watch Armal live and you watch our podcast on a VOD, because it is a podcast. We do stream it, but it's on all the podcast apps and everything, so there's no need to watch it live. You can definitely catch the Armal live stream and come over to see us later.
Very good. So definitely tune into the Mahjong channel for not only Disco International, but also everything else that gets posted there. There's a lot of content. Jenn does a lot of great work sharing Mahjong in English to the community, international community at large. So fantastic stuff on that channel. Check it out. And thanks everybody for tuning in. Any final thoughts, Jenn, before we close it out?
Oh, one more thing. I think this week you can still sign up for the World Reach Professional Mahjong Test. And have you seen? We don't have the screenshot for this, but there is a JPML regional tournament going on Ronron right now.
I have.
And World Reach Pro, yeah, has their own. They're counted as a region in this tournament because World Reach Professional Mahjong members are allowed to play in JPML tournaments, and this online event is a JPML tournament. So they have been kicking butt. I think World Reach Pro Mahjong is in 3rd place overall right now.
World Reach Pro, the 3rd best region. Fantastic.
Yeah. And it's not over yet, so it could even climb up higher in those standings. And it's just so freaking exciting.
a lot of good stuff happening in the World Reach Pro scene. So yeah, if you're interested, it is an international group, so you can join from anywhere in the world. Check out.
We have an Indonesian player coming to Japan to play in the JPML Pro League right now every month. Indonesia, Hong Kong are the ones that it's easiest to come over if you're closer, right, in proximity. Right. So easier than coming from the US. But if you're going to be in Japan for other events in your World Reach Pro, then you can. There's lots of events you can play in as well.
You can check out the World Reach website, click the button to learn more about World Reach Pro, and sign up soon because that deadline is closing, I think, this weekend. So.
Yep, they said they'll take sign-ups until the day before the written test, which is, I think, on the weekend. I'm not sure about the exact.
A little more time.
You want to do it this week. You want to do it this week. Get it in this week. Try and get it in by Wednesday. We'll just give you a date. Just try and do it by Wednesday, and then you'll be set.
All right, very good then. I think we've covered just about everything. So until next Thursday, when we continue the session 2, have a great week, and we'll be back with more Mahjong on the World Riichi Mahjong channel.
Thank you, everybody. Bye, dude. Bye, Kip.